soccer to be a triple champion. I play more soccer, please play more soccer to be a triple champion. I play more soccer, please play more soccer to be a triple champion. Shine yellow boys, 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 shine yellow boys. When we go around and I cut my signal when soccer battle under it, Liberian Darling Club, yeah. Liberian Golden Boys, yeah. Liberian Golden Boys, yeah. Liberian Yellow Boys, yeah. Liberian Darling Club, yeah. Liberian Golden Boys, yeah. Liberian Yellow Boys, yeah.
And it's time to say good afternoon in other parts of the world. Good evening, good morning, and welcome to another exciting edition, folks, of the program Ashford, Garley Live. Today is, in fact, the 5th of February 2020. This is just the second month in the year. You know, the year is going so fast, man. And whether you're joining us from Europe, Asia, Africa, and America, we'd like to say good evening and welcome to the show. And as always, you're asked to please do us a favor, share the video, invite a few friends to join in as well. And tonight we have some goodies in store for you. Okay, so you might just want to tell friends, relatives, and loved ones to log into www.bridgeradioafrica.com. And as long as you have internet connectivity, you can be in Liberia, you can be in Uganda, Ukraine, you name it. People will get us loud and clear. And I also want to say a big welcome to our regular folks that come here every night, take time out of the busy schedule just to form part of the show. I'd like to say a big welcome to the crew. Like to Brooks, Rabbits, a big thanks to you for the hard work, for what you've done and continue to do for Bridge. Mr. Habiba Clinton, the country correspondent based in Liberia. Mr. Bob Bowley, our technical director. And we just acquired the television director, so Bridge Television will be coming soon. As a matter of fact, as we speak to you, we are in talks now with one of the local television companies in Liberia, so that the Bridge television channel can be on local television stations in Liberia, so that what we'll do here, people in Liberia will see us live and direct, and that's a good thing, you know. And all of these things come, you know, with a price tag, you know, and that's why we take time out every now and then to say the big thanks. And tonight we want to say the big thanks to Mrs. Vicky Peabody. You took time out, visited the Cash App, and did something for us. Mr. Prince Passaway, we also love to say a big thanks to you as well. And Mr. Emmanuel Dokola. Emmanuel Dokola, a big thanks to you as well. Mr. Newton, that's Bob Nicky, want to say a big thanks to you. Neola Corey, thank you so much for your contribution. Bradford Brown, we also like to say a big thanks to Bradford Brown. Ann Payne, our big sister, big thanks to you. Mrs. Mosul Benson, we also like to say a big thanks to you as well. And Abi Brahman Bender, want to say a big thanks to you for your contribution as well. And we'll also like to say a big thanks to Harris Talker. Harris Talker, thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution. And Lenful Hilbert, Linfield Hilburn, want to send a big thanks to you as well. Theresa Williams, thank you so much. And then we'll also have Salimatu Willie. Want to send a big thanks to you as well. And the rest of our other contributors, let me go down the list. They are still here. Miss Josephine Hammer, want to say a big thanks to you as well. Precious Toure, Agnes Bestman, again, Emmanuel Ducola again, Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Ducola, Abby, Brian Bender, want to say a big thanks to you. Kelvin Zeze, thank you so much. Koto Balayan, we also want to say a big thanks to you as well. And again, Emmanuel Dokola, Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Dokola, and Theo. We'll also listen a big thanks to Miss Pauline Maximo. Thank you so much. TD and Gisul, want to say a big thanks to you. Again, Pauline Maximo, Sinful Rabbits, a hard-working burger. Want to say a big thanks to you as well. And then want to say a big thanks to Mrs. Lady Brooks Roberts again, and Mrs. Cyril Putuwe. Thank you so much for your contribution. James Eric Marshall, thank you so much. Mr. Dalton Wawood, Laman Shepherd, and Ann Payne, Laman Shepherd again. Ann Payne again, Jerome Jai. We also listen a big thanks to Terry Choir. Terry, thank you so much. Dr. Mariah Sita and the state of Illinois. We want to say a big thanks to you as well. Mr. Oluji Greer. We also like to say a big thanks to Madia Power, Rogers, Beatrice Smith, and the rest of the hardworking people. Then we have Mr. Jack Nurman. We also have Edna Yates. Thank you so much. Then Mr. Abibu Fofana, one of Minnesota. I want to say a big thanks to you as well. And don't just enjoy the show by yourself tonight. Tonight we have at the halftime we're going to be talking to Fidel City. You know, Fidel City worked for Henry Costa, and now he's a freelancer. And what is his next move? We're going to be asking him a few questions tonight. And do you think Zoli Zo should be confirmed? And we need your opinion. We need you to come in tonight and tell us why you think Zoli Zo should be confirmed or not. You know, immediately after the confirmation hearing, George, we had dispatched some folks at the Capitol building. Siku Kalasco was at the Capitol. He made contact with Milton Tiaje, and they took off, went to the executive mansion to meet with President Weir, so they can try and embarrass some of these senators. But I'm telling you, this is not about your own greedy God business. This is about Liberia. You have somebody who killed in Afghanistan. Now, he's in Liberia right now. You already heard him that he plans to kill people. Now, would you allow this brother to be confirmed to kill his own Liberian brothers and sisters? That's the $1 million question we're going to be asking these senators. We know that some of you are irresponsible. We know some of you can sell your soul to the devil. But this one time, we're asking you to please not confirm Zoli Zo. Because if you do, and the board gets to be in charge of the entire military in the country, George Weah will be worse off than Samuel Doe, Charles Taylor, and Ellen Johnson put together. And you don't want to do that. So please try. Pull politics aside, pull partisanship aside, and do not confirm this boy. In fact, the boy is crazy. The boy is cracky. You know, when you kill too many people, you're not the same anymore. And what more do you want? The man came on social media and said he would kill people. He plans to kill peaceful protesters. Do you know what would have happened on January 6th? Has Zoli Zo been confirmed? Telling they will have dead bodies all over the place. because the man said that he was going to kill people. And we are only asking you, my people, we are only asking you, the senators, do the right thing. Please do not confirm Zoli Zo, because if you do, we're headed for trouble. The Army Chief of Staff is from Nima County. George Weah does not trust him. So the deputy minister for administration is from Grand Gila County. George Weah does not trust him. So George Weah wants to put a crew person there, and Zoli Zo have been in conversation with a lot of people. He said he's going there to take strict order from George Weah. This man will be the liaison between the defense ministry and the army. For deputy minister for operations, you put the man there, you confirm this man, Liberia is done. You will see another bloodbath in that country. George Weah is inept. He doesn't have it when it comes to leadership, and he wants to remain in power. Any attempt to confirm Zoli Zo, my people, we're headed for trouble. So, Nathan Tiaje was picked up today by Siku Kalasco, was taken to the mansion to meet George Weah. I know Nathan Tiaje is so corrupt. He was there for Golden Verlunium in Sano County. I know what Nathan Tiaje did. An extremely corrupt human being. As a matter of fact, he's the only person in Liberia that has Nathan Tiaje 1, Nathan Tiaje 2, Nathan Tiaje 3, Nathan Tiaje 4, Nathan Tiaje 5, Nathan Tiaje 6. How many clocks does one person need to move around? And Nathan Tiaje loves mulatto girls. He loves light-skinned women. Nathan Tiaje is extremely corrupt. That smooth talking guy you see So he was picked up today by Siku Kalasco. Immediately after the confirmation hearing, Siku Kalasco was dispatched at the Capitol building and got in contact with Milton Tiaje. And then he was taken to the mansion to discuss with President Weah as to how to vote. And Liberians are so greedy. Listen, I went to Liberia between 2016 and 2019. I went to Liberia at least about 12, 15 times. Okay, and I went on a private trip to do some private business there, and I know how poor our people are. Okay, and the thing here is, these senators, you're making $10,000 to $15,000 a month. That's a lot of money. Okay, I need a little over $2,000 to make it in Liberia. I don't need that amount of money, you know. But these senators are so greedy. How can they be greedy? Because you have one guy that he brings his niece from up interior to stay with him, and his niece becomes his sex slave. Okay, they have 12, 13-year-old little girls who are women now, that have their own apartments, that have their own vehicles, because they can give them all type of loose change. You know, this is what our country has turned into. So we are asking you, protect the lives of the Liberian people. With politics aside, please, my honorable senators, I know we have some good senators in the place there. You know, Mr. Darius DeLong and my vice president has put her feet down now. She's ready to take the boom by the horn. And there are some decent senators in the Senate that will do the right thing. And we are asking you not to confirm Zoli Zo, because by confirming Zoli Zo will just be another bloodbath, and we don't need that in Liberia. When you do confirm Zoli Zo, George Weah will become worse than Charles Taylor, Samuel Doe, Ellen Johnson, including Idi Amin put together. This boy has tasted power, and he's not going to try to let go anytime soon. So we are asking you, my people, some of you who have the personal contacts to people who are in the Senate, please talk to them. Any attempt to confirm Zoli Zo, our people, our country will be headed for trouble. So we are asking you to not confirm this crazy boy. In fact, Zoli Zo will make the team tonight. Crack it, Peking. will be playing number 6. He's going to be the distributor. When you pass that ball to Crackhead Peking, by the time you says front against a cool person, Crackhead Peking will kill you. So Zodizo plans to kill people in Liberia and George Weah, Lex, and those kind of things. And that's why he's gonna try by all means to make sure that Zodizo is confirmed. Folks, listen to this. Again, this is just the introduction. And again, welcome to Ashford Garley Live on Bridge Radio. We're live on the www.bridgeradioafrica.com. And in the event where you miss our previous broadcasts, you can go on YouTube, because after the show we upload our videos on YouTube, and we're there asking you to just subscribe. On there you'll be asked to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just type in political soccer game, and everything about Bridge Radio will pop up, and you can begin to make yourself feel at home when you do that. Okay. Habiba Clinton has some breaking news for us from Liberia, and this is something that you want to hear. And we'll also have our partner, Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts. She's been doing such an awesome job. We appreciate for what she's done and continues to do. Again, in the meantime, folks, very shortly we're going to bring you the national anthem for both countries. After we're going to play the football game. At the halftime, we're going to talk to Fidel City, and we'll talk about Zodizo. We'll open up the telephone lines, and then we'll also tell you what the First Lady of Liberia, Mr. Clawea, is saying 1.5 million United States dollars is not enough for the kind of work she does in Liberia. And you are going to be the one to answer this question. She got one of the buildings that she's standing behind, unfinished building, and she's saying $1.5 million that this government has in the budget for her office. It's not enough. You see how people are ungrateful? Your husband plays soccer. He became a world best. He made a lot of money, over $80 million. Did you hear Clawea talking about helping the people of Liberia? No. In fact, I'm not going to go too far. In 2014, we had Ebola outbreak. Did you hear Clawea buying some PPP gear or something? No, she didn't do it. This struggling woman, the husband became president, and all of a sudden she wants to start all these philanthropic initiatives. When did you realize that you were supposed to help other people? Rebuild orphanages, feed the homeless and the poor people. When did you realize that? Well, because your husband is president now, and he had access to all kinds of money. You remember when George Weah went to the World Bank coffers and stole from them? The money that were in the World Bank coffer, okay? The money was there because after we experienced Ebola, so the World Bank said, maybe in the future if something happens, you can have access to some money, But listen, George Weah instructed Simon Toy and stole that money from the World Bank coffers. George Weah also stole from the donor funds. You are a damn criminal when people start calling you and say, put our money back. We didn't instruct you to take the money. And George Weah was on record instructing Eugene Nangwe to say Simon Toy to say it was boring initiative. And then Eugene Nangwe came and said it was the whole cover hole. You are not alone watching this video. We'll have the real show, then the after show. Including George Weah, all those people, they love this show, but they don't want you to see them. Then some of them come under pseudonyms. So you can't know that they're watching. But I'm telling you, they all do watch this show. Because with George Weah being a footballer, and that's the only thing he takes pride in. So they all come on here and watch the show. And let me see if I can make contact with my people what more than Habiba is in Liberia, and our sister is in New Jersey. Lady Brooks Roberts. Let me see if I can connect Habiba. Hold on 1 minute. Don't go away. Stay where you are, because we have lots of goodies in store tonight for our folks, and we are trying to make contact with Habiba now. And Habiba is a hard-working gentleman out of West Africa, Liberia, and we can't thank him any further for what he has done and continue to do for Liberia and the people of Liberia. Okay, well, as we wait for Habiba to come home, let us now, please, my folks, please join me in welcoming Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts from Information Highway. Letty, good evening and welcome to the show. Letty, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening, Mr. Garley. How are you tonight?
Good. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Can't complain. God is good. How are you from your end tonight? How's everything?
Everything is looking good. Information Highway is loading.
Okay.
Right now, while we have our trucks coming in, we want to welcome everyone that is here tonight that took out the time to come and get the info coming from the motherland and all around the world. But before I go to the field of where we have the goodies, I don't have any much now. The vendors are still coming in. I just want to welcome our first guest for the night. He said first to come on, God, Lord bless son Roberts, and we have William Chenoweth. He said hi, Ashford, watching from Trenton, New Jersey. We also have Vida Dunham. Yep. Good evening, Giant and Giantless. Okay, we also have Agba Momolu watching from DC. Samson Gay. Hello, Ashford. We also have Agnes Kema. I'm here again. Prince Otu. Happy to be here. William Chenoweth, listening from Trenton, New Jersey. We have our own Mr. Steve Bowley that's here. I'm sure he's in VIP. We also have Samson Gay listening from Liberia. Cyrus has shared the show. We have Bapu Coleman. I'm on time this evening. This match is promising to be very interesting tonight, as long as it's the Giants on the radio. We have Musu Sharif.
Keep talking. Let me use the restroom real quick.
Okay. We have Musu Sharif. I'm watching live from Atlanta. We have Ms. Victoria B. Cheeks watching. Hi to you all from Romeo S.K. Mobile. We have Mackinville, Conan, Sony. Good afternoon, Mr. Garley. We also have Romeo S.K. Nebio. Hi, everyone. Mika Ye. Hello to all. And Payne. Good evening. We have Cyrus Eastman. Good evening, Ashford. And to all those that are watching, much love. Mackinville, Conan, Sony again. I'm around VIP. Okay, we have, of course, the lady of the hour, Lady Eloise. She's always here, making sure things are running smoothly. A very great overseer. We have Elder James C. Bly Jr. monitoring from Hartford, Connecticut. Lucy Aku. Hey family, I'm watching. We have the Miss Mason Clark King, the very patriotic Liberian. She's always lending her voice to the cause. We also have Ann Payne. Good evening, everyone. Hope all are doing well today. We have Bayou Ines. How are you doing, my brother Ashford? Yvonne EU. Hey, Fidel. I guess she's excited to know that Fidel will be here. We have Bayou Innes. No. We have Max Doma. Lower music, please. I think they're saying the music is a little too loud. You have quite a few requests. And we have Lapu Ziga. Hey, everyone. We have Saturday, Sunday. No. We have your VIP, Miss Mariah Seaton, watching in VIP, taking it cool up there. We have some cooler in VIP. We have some cool drinks. Relax yourselves. We have Anna Payne. I hope this will not happen. I think that's referring to Zoli Zo.
Because
and then we have...
If that does happen, we'll be headed for trouble.
That's correct.
And from my end, I also see Evangeline Mamintar. I see I also see Pee-wee to the Kula, and I also see Ralph P. Williams, Florence Coley, Josephus Shah Clements. I also see the Sewell Roberts. And Sewell Roberts is in powerful. Mr. George City, straight out of Liberia, is also watching. Mr. Raymond Clark, as always, he see the giant. I am here watching from Dallas, Texas. And we'll also see Catherine N. Jones. Buy your coconut candy here. 2 for $5. I get number 6. Miss Josephine Hammond is also here. Boom! I just entered the field. Go ahead, Lady May.
Okay, we have, you said Marie Pade is watching with us. We have Elder James C. Bly. First time for much good political soccer music. Tonight, my first and last name is Dance to the Music. My darling Club IE. So I think he's enjoying the Yellow Boys. Okay. I have Abby Brima Binda. Hello, Mr. Ashford Garley, the giant. And of course, as you take your seats, we ask you to relax, enjoy the game. We have an evening of loaded information. There's so much going on around the information highway that we'll be bringing to you. We have Mr. Liner Ponies watching from New Jersey. Welcome, my own New Jersey people. You're all welcome. If I didn't call your name, I'll call you later. Mark Calton Carr, you're welcome. Stanley, we are sending to collect the tickets. I think he's how is he getting our ticket money? No, he's not getting to this one here tonight. I'm proud.
And then we also have Yvonne Iyo. She's asking whether you have any milk can in the field tonight. Then we'll have Mr. T. Duncan Richards, and Vida Donna is also in the field. She is saying that she has hot coffee at gate number 9. So it's extremely cold in some parts of the field. So if you want to drink coffee, please contact Vida Donna. She has some coffee for you. Macanvi Cannon is here, along with Evangeline Mamintar. Mr. Darling Wahoo, one of our staunch supporters, is also here. Do you see Mr. Emmanuel Dokola anywhere on the field? Because he promised last night and tonight to give people free drink, those who come in VIP. Do you by chance see, have you seen Mr. Emmanuel Dokola?
No, I have not. I think if my ear serves me right, I think he's trying to give his car to the valet to park it before he gets to VIP. So I'm still watching out for him, make sure he's in the right spot.
Okay. Now, what else can you tell the people? Because, we have Habiba in Liberia. We also have Bob Bole in Liberia. They are from the technical and the radio side. And we are going to be adding up the television portion. We also have to be on area. We have just paid the cash app. What do you have to tell the people in terms of support? Because we have to stay on. They love the program, and we have to keep coming 4 days a week. They want 7 days a week can come, but they have to support us. What do you have to tell them, Lady?
That's right. As you know, nothing comes easy. Everything that is done here there's sacrifice and money involved. We have to pay people overseas and around, the country to do the upkeep of this radio. So we need your support. The Cash App, I think I just heard something.
And
the Cash App number has been posted.
I'm not going to say the name. You're going to hear the cash. You're going to hear the cash sound. And guess who did that?
Who?
You won't. No. even though Emmanuel Dokola just arrived, but Miss Miyaka Ye, she just tempered with the cash app. So and don't get confused. The fact that Emmanuel Dokola has said those in VIP yesterday should drink on him, and tonight again he's giving us an offer. When you find yourselves in VIP tonight, Mr. Emmanuel Dokola will make sure that you drink free. And he has his own a private session in VIP. So don't be surprised if the cash app starts to ring, because the Godfather himself, Emmanuel Dokola, is in the house. Go ahead, Letty.
Okay, yes. As in the voice of the GPS, Emmanuel Dokola has arrived. You're welcome. Come to VIP and you can get some free drinks. Please, again, the cash app number is posted, 248-979-1718. Please visit and give your support. To enjoy good things, you have to sow seed into it. So tomorrow you will say you are part of this phenomenon. And please come on and let's support. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and that's, I just want you to hold so that we can play the national anthem, because the officials are calling us and telling us it's time for us to start the game, because with the new players you see coming in, especially when you have players that Chrissy, Cracky picking and Chrissy picking on the field, so you have to hurry on and start this game. So let me just go straight to the sound booth and ask the people to play the national anthem for Liberia. Miss is that Rukadia Jones? If this is your first time on the show, we'd like to say a big welcome to the Ashford Garley Live, and welcome to British Radio at Africa.com. Again, right now we had about 8,000 to 10,000 people listening via the internet. When you type in www.britishradioafrica.com, we'll have people from all over the world. By the time we hit 9 o'clock, we'll have pretty close to 15,000 to 30,000 people listening just on the internet alone. So what we're doing right on the social, on the Facebook, we're playing small tate. People can't sleep all around the world. Why it is getting dark here for others, and they're just breaking in other parts of the world. So we appreciate you all for taking time out in Europe, Africa, Asia, and other parts of the world just to listen to BritishRadioAfrica.com. Big things are going to be happening for British Radio, and those of you who take time out to visit the Cash App just to keep us on the radio, keep us on the air. We can thank you. And
that's correct. That's correct. I also want to make sure I recognize this young lady. Her name is Dwayne G. Freeman, and she has some milk candy for VIP from the Cotton Tree. So please recognize her as she supports this radio.
And
thank you.
In entertainment tonight is from Mr. Jack Norman. Jack Norman is one of the best Liberian international DJs. And again, something just happened. I'm not going to I'll just tell you something happened, and I want to say a big thanks to Eric Mulva. Eric Mulva just visited VIP, and he has contributed. I want to say a big thanks to him. Something else just happened again. And this time around is Dr. Mariah Seaton from the state of Illinois. And this time she blessed the VIP. Since Emmanuel Dokola said he was going to take her to entertainment in VIP, Dr. Mariah Seaton is saying all those around the field should get cold water to drink. So she just dropped in $100 to buy cold water for all those around the field, which is a blessing. I want to give her the round of applause. If you're watching, please give her a thumbs up for Dr. Mariah Seaton. Kelvin Johnson, Todi Drod Naga, my own brother that's out of Japan watching tonight. But then I'm not going to hold you up. Jack Norman is standing by to bring us the national anthem for both countries. Again, folks, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. As soon as we play the national anthem, we're going to bring you the lineup for both countries, and then we're going to start this all-important political soccer game. Again, this is yours truly, the brother who doesn't eat iron, but he's definitely stronger than a lion. That's why they call him the giant that now you know me in Garley. Let's play football.
Victory, victory, victory.
Amade Pate, I am Amade Pate, I am Amade Pate, I am Amade Pate, both away, both away, both away,
And that's the national anthem for the Republic of Liberia. Let us now bring you the national anthem for societal ills this afternoone at the SKD Sports Complex.
Les people are coming on nuts. Let the people that say that more. When I tell you what you say, the go, and you see that guy living up, that's how because you're not getting a job. Telling people actually are enough. But I'm not log asking more. All the stars are the force of the critics. The only thing we see that wretches, they just talking how the journal plenty. Then I'm working and love you were bringing for 250 for iron. So to Vita can you go pepper soup. The gas fire away and money code. What proper?
And that's the national anthem for societal ills. And societal ills come from the country called Bella Yala. You know, Bella Yala, this is representing the societal ills. And of course, Liberia has been represented by George Weah and his corrupt government officials this afternoon. Landsman number 1 is the Senate. Landsman number 2 is the House of Representatives. And of course, the chief referee is the Supreme Court of Liberia, and the March Commissioner is in fact the U.S. Embassy. Tonight, we are going to provide entertainment aspect Jack Norman's description. So the people from Lofa County will provide entertainment for us tonight, especially from the Bandi and Gisi tribes. Take a listen. Again, we want to recognize the president of Mrs. Gertrude Freeman. Gertrude Freeman, thank you so much for your contribution. And Catherine Jones, want to say the big thanks to you as well. Dr. Mariah Satan, want to say the big thanks to you. Just those for the night. Eric Modba, want to say the big thanks to you as well. Thank you so much, Bea Cartier. Want to say the big thanks to you as well. And today we have Vicky Peabody. Thank you so much for your contribution. Later on, we can recognize the rest of the folks, but these are people who are in Super VIP tonight. We're still looking forward to seeing the man who chartered the entire VIP tonight, Mr. Emmanuel Dokola. Tonight for societal ills, we'll have tribalism. We'll also have nepotism, hard time, unemployment, insecurity, aka border wide open, $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border. George Weah does not have enough money, according to him, but he has money to enrich himself, but he doesn't have money to pay the border patrol officers at the border. So at the result, people are just trooping in. You know, they're coming in with drugs. Because if you know they can't pay themselves, then how you think they're going to survive? We also have sex for passing grades, selective justice, abuse of power, retaliation. Please give me more time to steal. Then we have market where baboon draw. We also have what group for John, group about for Paul. And then we have bad. I mean, tonight game part. I don't know what you think, Lighty, because we have all kinds of players here tonight on the field of play. What do you make of the game? What do you think gonna win tonight? I need some prediction, Lighty.
I'm going for society ills. There's too much in society ills, so it's more likely society ills than the Lone Star.
Okay, more names coming from societal ills. We have corruption, ungrateful cobra, pay me where, strategic marriage. We also have D-hole, cover hole. Then we have Opion King Kong. white tea, black heart, Cialis, Viagra, Beta Cola, Papa drink, Mama happy, Koshia Kok, Bisuruku, Kumu Jumuku, Kukatono. We also have Gorilla Foster Child, Leprosy Baboon. Then we have sex trafficking, wasteful spending, police brutality, money laundering, borrowing initiative, we have monetization. We also have budget shortfall. Then we have drunkard, aka Von Von. Then we have unemployment, hard time, shaking table ministry, drugs abuse, no light, no gas in the country. I'm telling you, Joshua is having a blast while others continue to suffer. We also have between me and you, two men secret and not secret. Then we have hypocrisy, me, myself, and I, sycophancy, misplaced retaliation. Then we also have murder, statutory rape. We also have retaliation again. Then we have insurrection, presidential criminal. We also have provocation, witch hunt. Then we have Boyo, country look-alike. Liberia is not a country. Liberia is country look-alike. Liberia is country to be. Liberia is country want to be. I'm telling you. Then we have the return of the fugitive, aka Ellen 47. The guy claims she's 47-year-old, but she looks 60. Then we have J. Approche. We also have Death Squad, Incompetent 14, Shake from the waist below. The only way you can survive as a female in Liberia when you want a government job, you have to shake from the waist below. And when you do shake from the waist below, things will happen for you. Miss Theresa Williams, want to say the big thanks for your contribution as well. I think you hear the sound coming in right there. Then we got Hank McCurtain, Mattress on the back. You know, our equal, they ain't want us. When you pass 25, the government officials in Liberia, they don't want to see you again. They're looking for people who are between anywhere 12, 13, 14, 15. When you pass 19, 20, then looking for people. So now the girls are saying our equal, they ain't want us. They want a small girl. Then we'll have downstairs open tea, aka Prophet Kid. Thread on the needle, presidential brown envelope, Johnny Tierball, you know, wait for your time. That the Liberian will say wait for your time, but in the real we'll say wait your turn. We'll also have oh my people, let us go to the Liberian national team now, and then we'll have George Weah. Cloud Weah is also on the field. Joy Howard Tiller, Piso Silita, Safua May Gray, Emma Glasgow, Noah Finabono, Joa Nessie Cassell, Polito Wee, Polito Wawe, Polito Kaote Wee. Then we'll have Abigail Wise, Lady Sherman, Diane Ashcrane Nemo, Joey Playtoy. We'll also have Mama C. Kaba. We have Mona Clark. We have Nemanda Pearson. You know, she loves the same sex. So what she does is she brings a lot of girls in the room, and she, George Weah, and the rest of the girls, play tate in the room all day. No partner, everybody equal in the room. Then you got Estelle Liberty. You have Titi Jipro. You have Ellen 47, aka the return of the fugitive. Then you have George Weah Goldman, Yvette Freeman, Jibama Woodacoli. Then you have George Weah travel package. They call her Mawana Diggs. She will soon be announced the foreign minister of the Republic of Liberia. Then you have lies. You have rhetoric. In Liberia, they call it rhetorics. You have economic sabotage, theft of property, and you also have criminal conspiracy and misapplication of entrusted funds. Then you have ghost employees. You in America, you in Asia, you in other parts of the world, but you're on the payroll. They're paying you, getting government money. Ghost employees is a terrible player. Then you have power theft, people stealing electricity in Liberia. Let me tell you this. The government officials in Liberia, they were all at $4,000, and guess what? They will call the manager on the field, get him $200-$300 to keep the lights on. The stealing is current. Even the speaker of the house is stealing current in Liberia. Now, how do you expect the people to raise income to help pay the employees when you are stealing from your own selves? You're stealing from the country. You owe $3,000-$4,000 now. You just pay $200. They connect you, and you get your light back on. Then Jefferson Koji, Akaras Gray, aka Opium King Kong, they come to America. Then they say, my man Ashford, let can go in America, eh? But how low go in America? If less you go in America, be a power fader, and then the people wait, they owe you an apology. But if for some reason let can come on, they will tell you in advance. Oh, yeah, mommy, you're enjoying your let can go here, water can go here. How land water will go? Jefferson Koji is here. He went to use the bathroom in Minnesota the other day. The man Jeff, he did number 2. He came outside. He even wash his hand. He even flush the toilet. They said, "Man, you flush the toilet." He said, "But I see no bucket because in Liberia used to, having bucket in the bathroom, and that's the only way they can flush the toilet. Which is complete nonsense. Bunch of uncivilized people. D-Ho, cover hole, boring initiative, wasteful spending, and all these kinds of players, folks. Get ready for the political soccer game this afternoon at the Samuel Kayans Sports Complex in Painesville. This is yours truly, the brother who doesn't eat iron. Let's play football. The ball is now in the middle of the field. The ball comes to economic sabotage. Economic sabotage to theft for property. The ball comes to criminal conspiracy and misapplication of trusted funds. The ball comes to ghost employees onto cracky picking. Cracky picking beats woman. That's cracky picking, aka Zolizo. Cracky picking beats woman. Put to the team. The ball comes to ghost employee back to cracky picking. Any attempt at George Weah to temper with the senators for them to confront cracky picking. The man already told you people that he crazy. This man has a mental issue. If that man can come on and tell you, say, I will kill people, I will kill peaceful protesters. And he sat down today, being very arrogant, until at the last minute that when he wanted to apologize, it was late. And I enjoyed the senator from River J coming to Wisa. You showed to all that you were at the University of Liberia Patrol. And these are the kind of things I want to hear. Then Peter Coleman even told Cracky or Cracky picking that you from our county. And I am a medical doctor. You got too much anger in you. Any attempt by these senators to confirm you, you will be in charge of the entire military of Liberia. You know what's going to happen? The man finished killing the Arab people in Afghanistan. Now he wants to kill the Liberian people. Now, if you say anything against the Kru people now, George Weah will just say sick it. And Zolizo will instruct the AFL personnel and will start to kill people in Liberia. This is very dangerous for Liberia. Folks, I know we have some irresponsible senators in the House. We have some greedy senators in the House. But this time around, please do not make it about yourselves. Think about the Liberian people. Because any attempt by you guys to confirm Zolizo, George Weah would not only be a powerful, Akbar Mobolo want to say a big thanks for your contribution. George Weah would not only be powerful, but he will be worse off than Dole, Taylor, Ellen, and Idi Amin combined. That's how evil and dangerous George Weah going to be. Any attempt by these senators to confirm Zolizo, I'm asking you. I know Meton TJ is so corrupt from Sano County. How many cars does one person need to drive? They make out Meton TJ 1, Meton TJ 2, Meton TJ 3, Meton TJ 4, Meton TJ 5, Meton TJ 6, Meton TJ 7. And he lets us Malato girls. You know? Now, after the confirmation hearing, George Weah dispatched Kalasco to go to the Capitol building. The next thing you know, Meton TJ and Kalasco went to see President Weah so they can try to tamper with him for them to vote in favor of Zolizo. This president does not love Liberia. This president does not mean well for Liberia. This president is all by himself. And I heard his wife talking today, talking about 1.5 million United States dollars is not enough for the office of the First Lady. Your husband made over $80 million when he played professional soccer. Okay, you didn't build one kitchen for the orphanages or the orphans. You didn't feed the homeless. You didn't feed the elderly. So Joshua becomes president now, and all of a sudden you are concerned about the Liberian people. Come on now, do you really think we're stupid around here? All the bad things you people are doing to Liberia, God will come after you. Okay, and the good news is George Weah is still young. I will see this boy go to jail very soon. And my people are 100%. If you haven't made your decision, please join us in this fight to support the War and Economic Crime Court. I beg you. Jefferson Koji, this notorious criminal, is in America now trying to lobby so he can be removed off the radar. Jefferson Koji will be indicted and you are going to face the War Crime Court. If you think you can run around with cutlasses or machetes, you think you can run around, put talks around, burn people homes, burn people cars, and kill people, and think you're going to walk away free, it's not going to happen. They are coming after you. And you are not the only person. They are going to go after George Weah as well. You can't be that wicked to the people. The man, he know A from Bullfrog. He can barely read at a third grade level. How did we end up with a George Weah as president of Liberia? Because it says send the both people giving us hard time. Let us bring Enenton, Dick, and Harry and put in Mumu. They perform there as president. You know, the vice president is not a perfect person, but for this point, the fact that she's beginning to put her foot down, I think I want to side with her a little bit, because if we don't, George Weah would not only destroy the country, but he will continue to kill the poor Liberian people. Back to the Peter Flip, the ball count to Power Tip. Power Tip to D-Ho, cover hole onto Boring Initiative. Ball count to Von Von. Von Von looks around back to D-Ho, cover hole back to Von Von. Von Von looks around to Wishful Spending. The ball count back to Von Von. Von Von doesn't make it. The ball comes to Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt to Tribalism. Tribalism looking at police brutality. The ball comes to Sex for Jive. And that's the only thing George Weah can do. As long as you're willing to shake from the waist below, George Weah will give you jive. I mean, how many women does this boy want? George Weah back strong. I mean, George Weah has all kinds of women. Did they just play tatty? Some of them shake from the waist below. You got mattress on the back, thread on the needle, hang my curtain. All these stars, then the women are just playing for George Weah. Then you got Hennessy XO on the other side. You got Opion King Kong there. They all dancing, just playing tatty with the Liberian people money. When you listen to the chairman of the ruling party, Mogba Molo, he comes out and says to you that this president is giving women jobs in exchange is for sex. George Weah is sleeping with married women. And some of the married men, they have low self-esteem. You see the president send for your woman, your woman. She gets in a black car. They say the president called her. You can't say nothing. Why are you afraid of George Weah? George Weah puts on his pen, one leg at a time, like every other man. Let me see George Weah bring a black car to my house. What kind of job so much that you need? Would you allow somebody to disrespect your home, disrespect your wife? That's taking away your manhood. You can't do that. You know, grown men are suffering in the country. People get up in the morning, the first thing they think about is food to eat. Not even school for the kids. Grown men, people of our age, people 45, 50, the low 70 and 85 years old, because of extreme poverty in the country. And these government officials, including George Weah and the rest of the gangsters, are using this as an opportunity to sleep with people, women. This is just not so fair for Liberia. This is not fair for the people of Liberia. Back to the field of play. Welcome to NPA, aka Bill Twawa, aka Gorilla Foster Child. Gorilla Foster Child looks around to Minnesota Transport, aka Sam Blue, aka Ass Kisser in Chief. Then the ball goes to Western Garfina, George Weah make. Western Garfina look around to Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong looks around to Molba Molu, aka Likotor. Likotor to George Weah, aka Greedy Hunter, aka Sunshine, aka Me, Myself, and I, aka the man giving more time to steal. Aka George Weah has the deer on his back, the fallen tiger on his side, the smallest squirrel on the ground. He can't live for anybody. George Weah wants everything for himself. Then you have Ministry of State, aka Natal Magay, aka Damita George Weah. Anything I say that, then you got the Agriculture Ministry, Agriculture to Health. The Health Minister was on record telling the Liberian people that when something happened to you and you call 911, make sure you get money, enough money to buy 5 to 10 gallons of gas. Where in the world can you see that? Only in Liberia, not in a civilized society. You know, if you don't have money and the people don't reject you, they will treat you and bill you later. And even if you can't pay, they will have organizations who just have plenty of money to help people pay your bills, your hospital bill, but they will not turn you away. In Liberia, the woman is in pain. She goes to give birth. She ends up burning the baby on the side wall because she doesn't have that money to pay to enter the hospital in this day and age. George Weah continued to enrich himself at the expense of Liberia and the poor Liberian people while people are dying. We don't have a feeding dialysis machine in Liberia. The other day, a mother passed away in Liberia. Brother from Minnesota. He's on dialysis. He couldn't go to Liberia because you know what? He would end up dying. There's no working dialysis machine in the country. One of our sisters now is in Kingdom, Nairobi, because we don't have dialysis machine in the country. A man left from Liberia, went to Ghana to seek dialysis treatment because he had bad kidneys. Guess what? The man couldn't afford the bill. The man was on the bus from Ghana going back to Liberia knowing that he's going home to die because of poverty. This wicked first lady and this man who bought so wide that it can't fit on any camo, they got to build an extra camo. How you call the thing? They have to make over camo for him to sit down. Sir Joseph came to, he contacted people in America. They brought some medical equipment, took it to JFK. Guess what? You heard the story, you saw it on video. Sir Joseph lied, and they had the first lady there saying that she brought the medical equipment for JFK. Wanted to find out that it was a blatant lie, and the people who donated the equipment had to come on for them to change the story. George Weah was there with his stupid self, putting a hair in front and putting a foot behind. Walking behind a woman, lying to Liberian people. Oh, that the first lady donated $18. I mean, how can you lie to the people like that, man? And everything has changed now. Liberia is not the same way like the 70s, the 80s, where we didn't have technology like the internet, but now everything you do, before you make up your mind, it's all over the world on the internet. And we're just asking you to put Liberia first. We're asking you to treat our people with dignity. That's what we're asking you to do. George, we have 4.5 million people. You can't handle them. You can't at least give them safe drinking water. You can't give them electricity. But in the 21st century, we have the most expensive electricity in the world. I mean, come on now. What kind of nonsense is this? Because of tribal affiliation, the United States government is telling George Weah that Toka Nimlan is not qualified to head the regulatory arm of LEC. But George Weah is very persistent because the man, a crew man, he wants the man to be there. My people, why make most of the country people so tribalistic so? Since the country people came to power, they've been having problems during those time. Look, I am putting a list together. Nessa Doe sent 25 people on scholarship here in the Americas. These people went to school. Some of them abused the scholarship, but some of us brought ourselves to America on visiting visa. There was a certain point in the time where we were undocumented. We still owe student loan today. But Nancy Doe brought 25 people. And let me tell you, now all the crown people enjoying Doe government, they got sections of crown people. You got the bubble people. The bubble people will tell you, say, meaning a dumbo in get soup, that deeper will get soup. So they were the cream. They were the real crown people at the time when they were president. Meaning the dumbo in get soup, that deeper will get soup. Then the chain people will tell you, say, now we're barrely here, bate. I go in the bathroom and take a shower. Then next do on the crown, they call it Nyambo. When then the Boston people will say, I say, Remao. Then the Kunama people, I'm a Kunama man. Look what the number Zoom, anyone did my double. To dry when you go to school, the school been there hard, then you add a monkey, you jump from tree to tree. To dry, the war is over. Let us try to fix our country. My people, please join us in the fight for War Crime Court. Make sure that we bring these people who killed our brothers and sisters, our parents, to justice. Alhaji Nkrumah, Prince Johnson, George Doe, George Bole. Help me, man. Edward Slanger. People who were on record telling you, yes, they killed. And I think that's the only way our country will move forward. We are in the midst of terrible people, killers, murderers, and we expect to do better. Have you ever sat down to think about why our country can't move any further? It's because of all of these wicked people. I mean, George Weah is so evil that the ambassador of Senegal couldn't get paid. The woman was extremely sick and she ended up dying. You know, we help her with some money to go seek medical attention somewhere. The Senegalese president. While George Weah was in Liberia, while George Weah was flying to other parts of the world in private jet, shaking it from the waist below, okay, giving taxpayer money to murder the Jefferson Coach to fly first class from Liberia to the United States, to fly Piso City down there in America to smoke opium. That's the best you can do for our country. And sometimes this is just not about politics. And I told you that the most dangerous people in Africa are the politicians, because it's all about themselves. They don't give a damn about you, the poor people. You think I have any regret that God blessed me, that I came to a better country to experience real civilization? You know how many kids born in Liberia never seen toilet before, flush toilet? They never seen the light get turned on. Just in the monstrosity alone, some of these people have not seen electricity. But this president who went all over the world, you come back to Liberia, and the people say the both people giving us hard time. That'll give him a chance. And this is what we get in return, George Weah. Shame on you, George Weah. You are a disgrace to Liberia and the people of Liberia. About to the field of play, the ball comes to Central Bank, aka Can You Speak Crown. Look at the other fool. You left the early 80s and came to the United States, went to school. What would I thought you are civilized by now? But you go to Liberia and start to tell the people, I am not a dentist, I am not a cooper, I'm a talu. I will make sure I employ social crown people. And he didn't stop there. He brought this guy who happens to be his first cousin, because his father and this boy's mother are siblings. The guy becomes his special assistant. And guess what? Just last week they were in Abuja. From there they went to Ghana, and the guy calls to America and started to tell people that it's time to grab our meat. Liberia is like an elephant meat. The next thing you know, God's Stealing Horse will soon be paid off in Atlanta, Georgia. That's how wicked these people are. Why it has to be about tribe? Why it can't be about Liberians? Then you want to put your mouth on the Congo people. We all know that the Congo people were not perfect, but they didn't treat the people like dirt. You got more country people in the House of Representatives. You got more country people in the Senate. You got more country people in government, and they treat their own people like dirt. You bring your niece from up into to stay with you, she becomes your sex slave. Look at the Kunabo clown who was representative. He slept with his driver's niece. She was 11 years old. He impregnated the little girl. When things started to go up, he flew the girl to Ghana. Up to now, we don't know whether the little child is still alive. That's how wicked these people are. And George Weah is not any exception. Our country does not deserve this. Until we can put our feet down to request for the War Crime Court, they are abusing our little sisters, our little brothers. And the thing is, it's okay. Call a little boy for $20. You bend his behind down and sleep with him. And you think you're doing good. People are being abused in that country because of extreme poverty. You know, if some of us never had values, we would have ended up being like that. You think we never saw suffering? You think I don't know what it means to work 5-6 hours on the weekend to go in the village and tow low on you? Why do you think I got bald hair? You think I got bald hair because I wanted bald hair? We used to tow lows on our hair and work hours. And when I tell you, say the crown people were very exceptional, they were. Door mother who lived in my house in Jalatan would see us passing, walking 3-4 hours, and will pass by and put dust in our face in a town called Zia Town many years ago. I know how to beat rice. I know how to call rice. I know how to call pound one. All the things we learn. I know how to top pound one. We learn all those things from up interior. So we didn't just come here by surprise. We know how it is to go without food. I know how to wear Johnny Tear ball. We know how it is to take a dapper pin to face the slipper just to walk. You know, and I see some of you girls here, you're left so much brand name business. If the person ain't come a good family, you ain't one the person. Why you can't make your own brand name? One leg, when I remember my wife, I didn't even know she was a Congo girl. Back then we didn't see try. I saw this young little girl and I like her. The next thing you know, it was a walking distance from my school to her school. And I fell in love with her. And from the day I laid out, I knew she was going to be my wife. 34 years later, 21 years in marriage, going to 22 years. I'm not a perfect guy. But you got to have some type of stability. You can't close your eye because you poor and a lot jobs we have to sleep with your wife. You know in a job we are sleeping with your woman, but because you poor and you want job, you accept it. This is nonsense. This has got to stop if our country to move forward. Those who kill innocent people, why are you hanging around with them? That the DKB, the Safar Norman, the Augustine Nang, with all these wicked people, are they your friends? What kind of conversation you can have with Prince Johnson, the George Bowler, and then the Alhaji Krumah? All these people are crazy. Human blood is very strong. And if our country should move forward, these are some of the things we need to try to put in place. My people, please join us in the fight to support the War Crime Court. Look, Ellen Johnson is 102 years old, but she lying to the people, say she's 89 or she's 80. This woman is very evil. For over 40 years, this woman has been behind this thing. Do you know in 1976, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was Deputy Minister of Finance for Administration? And she was there taking government money to go to Buchanan in that year for the two-week party convention. She didn't stop there. The woman ran after Talbot. She ran after Dole. She ran after Taylor. The people say, okay, let us finally give it to you. She was president for 12 years. And when Ellen became president, the world looked and said, you know what? This country has finally been delivered. What did it do? Donation, grants, loans started coming all over. What did Ellen Johnson Sirleaf do? She arranged, make sure her children were rich. Today, Robert Sirleaf is a multi-millionaire. Former Sirleaf is a multi-millionaire. You talk about economic sabotage. Charles Sirleaf goes to jail for 2 nights. They spend about $10,000 to fix the jail cell. And then in the night, he will sneak out of jail and go eat something. He married to a girl that can pass for his granddaughter. This is the country you have. Selective justice. George Weah is so vindictive. George Weah is wish hunting everybody. What did Dara Dillon brother do to you? Dara Dillon brother supported you as a sedition. You know what George Weah did to Dara Dillon brother? Somebody came and attacked Dara Dillon brother. Dara Dillon's brother retaliated in self-defense, and the law in Liberia can let you to go free when it has been established in self-defense. Dara Dillon's brother was released. They said, oh yeah, self-defense. But George Weah instructed the people to re-arrest him. George Weah went to central prison and freed people and left Dara Dillon brother there. And you know what they're doing now? They are saying because of the overwhelming support of Dara Dillon in Montserrat County, justice will not be fair. So they are trying to take Dara Dillon brother now from Montserrat to Grand Cape Man. Then it has just been established that taking him to Magibi County, Kakata, because they said Dara Dillon is so popular in Marupa or Montserrat. If they allow the trial to go on, the people with Dara Dillon being part of the COP, and he's also the most popular senator in Liberia now, it will have some effect. That's how wicked this man is that you call president. You don't even know George Weah. Jehai Abo BB Jeda B Abo in how wicked he is. You know, George, you call yourself peace ambassador. Today you don't want to see Pee Wee Besman because you heard that Pee Wee Besman used to fight for Prince Johnson. But you're applying around with domestic terrorists. You know, Pee Wee Besman and Safa no who wicked. BKB them who wicked. You know, a lot of bad things that go on in the country. The bad things that are happening in Liberia is between 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Everything shuts down. And the next thing you know, people are getting killed, butt wide open, people shaking from the waist below, all kinds of things going on between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. in Liberia. This is not a country. This is a country look alike. This is a country to be. I'm telling you, folks, we are bringing you play-by-play decision this afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex, and I'm telling you, nothing to Liberia and nothing to societal ill. The ball comes to Cracky Picking, aka Zolizo. Cracky Picking looks around to Bill Trouble. Bill Trouble looks around to Akaras Moses Gray, aka Opium Kikon. Opium Kikon looks around when he makes it, he doesn't make it. The ball comes back to economic sabotage, back to Power Tech. Power Tech, the ghost employee, onto Opium Kikon. Opium Kikon to D-Ho Cover Hole. D-Ho Cover Hole to Borrow Initiate. The ball comes to Von Von. Von Von being someone to Wish Hunt. Wish Hunt to Trouble, listen onto police brutality. The ball comes to Sex for Job. Sex for Job looks around to Cracky Picking. Cracky Picking looks around. Zolizo will kill people. The man is not sound. That man you want to make Deputy Minister of Defense for Operation, you know what's going to end up happening? George Weah. Zolizo is telling people he's going there straight to take orders strictly from the president. Nobody else. When George Weah said go and kill the person, you get the army to go kill the person. My people, I know we got some useless senators there. I beg you. The few good senators we have, please try and talk to your friends. They should not confirm Zolizo. Liberia will be headed in the. I mean, there will be bloodbath in Liberia. You will never believe it. You know, right now you can't have any investor to want to go to Liberia. No, they can't even come there, sir. People want the inland want to go to Liberia to invest, but they can't. No safety. The place is not even safe to go. Some people want to build factory. How can you build factory? You don't get lead. They let in Liberia now that Christmas light. That thing that used to happen way back, Charlie King time. When lead comes, they will all happen. Hey, let yo. It's still happening in the 21st century. That country there now. Or the country look alike. Out to the field of play, the ball comes to George Weah to Musa Den. Musa Den looks around when he making he does in the ball comes to Papa Dream Mama Happy. Papa Dream Mama Happy to Koshiako. Koshiako looks around to Fraud. Fraud to Gorilla Foster Child. Gorilla Foster Child to Leprosy Baboon. Leprosy Baboon looks around to lie to sex trafficking, onto wasteful spending. Wasteful spending to police brutality. The ball comes to Cracky Picking. Cracky Picking, aka Zolizo. Zolizo looks around to money laundering. Money laundering to borrowing initiative back to Zolizo, aka Cracky Picking. Cracky Picking looks around to Drunker, aka Von Von. Von Von to unemployment. Unemployment looks around to Hard Time to shaking table ministry, aka Shallow Rabbit. Shallow Rabbit beats on to the ball comes to drugs abuse to no light, no gas. Then the ball comes to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy to me, myself, and I on to secret offense. The ball comes to misplaced retaliation. Misplaced retaliation to murder. Murder looks around to statutory rapist. Statutory rapist to retaliation. The ball comes back to insurrection. Insurrection to witch hunt. Witch hunt to monkey where baboon draw onto Boyo. Boyo to country look alike, aka country to be. The ball comes to border wide open. $5 to cross the border. $10 to cross the border. $15 to cross the border. Anything can go. When you bring $5, you cross the border. Bring all the drugs in the country because Georgia is so irresponsible and useless. He can't pay people. Then the ball comes to the return of the fugitive. The ball comes to Jay Appreciate. Jay Appreciate look around to Death Squad. Death Squad to Incompetent 14. The ball comes to Shake from the waist below. Shake from the waist below to Sex for Job. Sex for Job looks around to Mattress on the back. To hang my curtains onto D-Hole Cover Hole. The ball comes to Downstairs Open T, aka Prophet Key. Prophet Key looks around to what? Thread on the needle. The ball comes to Presidential Brown Envelope. Presidential Brown looks to Johnny Table. Johnny Table looks around to Sex for Passing Grade to Bradbury. Bradbury looks around he making he does it, but has been taken away now quickly by Presidential Brown Envelope. Then the ball comes to between me and you. Two men secret, they're not secret. The ball comes to we are about to drugs abuse. Drugs abuse looks around to unemployment onto drunk or aka Von Von. Von Von looks around to budget shortfall. Budget shortfall to borrowing initiative. The ball comes to borrowing money laundering onto police brutality to wasteful spending to sex for passing grade onto sex trafficking. Sex trafficking looks around to giving more time to steal. George Weah, aka giving more time to steal onto gorilla foster child. Gorilla foster child to level say baboon back to gorilla foster child. The ball comes to last to D-Ho cover hole to Opion King Kong by the D-Ho cover hole where he make it look he doesn't. The ball comes to police brutality onto money laundering borrowing initiative by the D-Ho cover hole onto Von Von. Von Von is moving deep in the out of the field. This could be trouble. Von Von by the D-Ho cover hole. D-Ho cover hole by the Von Von. Von Von shoot. Ladies and gentlemen, goal number 1 for Society Ill. Goal number 1 for Society Ill. And folks, that's how we come to the end of the first half this afternoon. 1 goal to Society Ill and nothing. Nothing to Liberia. Folks, I'm telling you, we're breaking the this afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex in Painesville, where the Lone Star of Liberia is down 1 goal to 0 against Society Ill. Oh, man. Oh, man. And let me not go to Letty, Brooks. Letty, are you still there? Letty Brooks, are you there?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Bring us up to speed, man. What's going on? Because this is Society Ill here. I'm telling you, man. The ball came from D-Ho cover hole to Von Von. Just to find the credit ratio there for the Liberian, for Society Ill. Tell her what you know so far, who has what on the field. Bring us up to speed.
Yes, I also like the other player you have called Hang My Curtain. You that's AKA who again?
Hang My Curtain is how you call the thing when you play the soccer. You know the thing they call 32. Do you know the thing they call Jackie? Where somebody will lay Jackie?
Yes.
Okay. Jackie, that one they call Hang My Curtain. If you notice the style that George Weah was trying to play on Thursday of last week, he was trying to lay Jackie. You saw how he lay one side, and by the time George Weah lay one side for him to kick, then he trusted a boss that when he farted, then he told the people say, listen, not because I question about human being too. That's what they call Hang My Curtain. And now someone is telling the big time they get a weekend shift from the waist below. They got Hang My Curtain. Then they got a shift from the waist below. Then they also have mattress on the back, and they also have thread on the needle.
Oh wow!
Yeah, but I think Habiba has joined the program.
Okay,
and let's see what he. Habiba, are you there? Habiba Clinton, are you there? Okay, go ahead, Letty. Tell us what they have on the feed for sale. Go ahead, you have it.
Okay. Right now, as you know, Emmanuel Degula is in VIP, and he has some free drinks for all of you. Drinks on him. He said drinks everywhere. We drinking drinks. So anybody who want to drink drinks, I see Celia ran out talking about she's going to get her kiss me. But she didn't want supposed to have some drinks too. But we'll forgive her tonight. Right now we have at gate 1, we have some Kool-Aid from Noosh Boy Ma Kova. And then we also have some Kool-Aid and bread by Ian Jones. At gate 3, we have Hard Time Biscuits by Akbar Momolu. And we have some bullfrog gravy by Jonathan Colon at gate 4. At gate 5, we have some chili coconut water, and that's brought to us by Florence Pauly, and pepper, tabagi, and rice, also by Florence. She's at gate 5, taking over. I hope Hawa collected or field dues. At gate 5, we also have gas for sale at $3 by Terry Choir, and we have some hand sanitizer and mask by Terry. Terry is ahead of herself right now, due to the coronavirus. She's making sure the players are getting, proper medical treatment or medical equipment.
Lady, speaking of hand sanitizer and speaking of the coronavirus, what do you also know that is happening right now at the RIA?
Oh yes, Habiba was supposed to come and bring up to speed that there were some people, students or people coming from China, and they are being quarantined at the RIA due to the coronavirus. So we want to give the Liberian government kudos for taking heed on that. Yes, there are a lot of society ills, so we want to give them credit for taking heed to the World Health Organization advice on preventing the spread of this disease, because it's very deadly. And as you know from the Ebola experience, we cannot afford another outbreak.
And let me also bring you up to speed for our betting sponsors and those who find themselves in VIP tonight. I want to say a big thanks to them, because without them, we wouldn't be here tonight. We're not in the pockets of the politicians. We're not in the pockets of the government. It is because of you we continue to stay on here. The internet will be on, and our website will be maintained. Our local crew in Liberia will also be maintained. And I want to say a big thank you to Agba Mobolo. Thanks for your contribution, Agba. Teresa Williams, we also like to say a big thanks to you. Madam Gertrude Freeman, thank you so much for your contribution as well. And we also have Catherine Jones. Catherine, want to say a big thanks to you. Dr. Mariah Seaton, want to say a big thanks to you as always. Mr. Eric Mulba, want to say a big thanks to you as well. And we also have Mika Ye, thanks for your contribution. Mrs. Vicky P. Body, also let's say a big thanks to you as well. Prince Passaway, thank you so much for your contribution. Mr. Emmanuel Dokola, want to say a big thanks to you. And we also have for Neola Corey, want to say thanks ever so much for your contribution. Then we have Bradford Brown. Bradford Brown, want to say a big thanks to you. Moving down the list here tonight, folks. I'm telling you, folks, trooping here, record-breaking numbers, and trying to make sure that we stay on. We also have Musu Benson. Thank you so much, Netflix Hilburn. Want to say the big thanks to you as well. Again, Teresa Williams, want to say the big thanks to you. Salimatu Whaley, also love to say the big thanks to you as well. Harris Tucker, thank you so much for your contribution. Josephine Hammer, want to say the big thanks to you. Precious Toure, Abin, Brayman, Benda, want to say the big thanks to you. And somebody went to Walmart today. Abibo Fofana, want to say the big thanks to you as well. Agnes Bestman, thank you so much for your contribution. Again, Mr. Emmanuel Dokola again. Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Dokola. And we also have Abi Bariman Fofana. Abi Bariman Benda. Thank you so much. Kelvin Zeze, Koto Balayan. We also like to say the big thanks again to Emmanuel Decola. Then we got Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Decola. We also have Theo. Then we have Pauline Maximo. We also have Central Rabbits. Thank you so much for your contribution. Lexi Brooks Rabbits. Musa Doba is on here as well. We also have Sarah Putuwe. Thank you so much for your contribution. We have James Eric Marshall. Thank you, Darling Wawu. We also have Anpin. Anpin, thank you so much. And we have Lama Shopper. Lama Shopper is in. He's just getting back from the Dominican Republic. Then we have Anpin. Anpin, thank you. And then we have Anpin again. Jerome Jayi. We also have Terry Choir, thank you so much for your contribution, my lovely sister. Again, Dr. Mariah Seaton. And then we had for Zakwa Oluju. And then Mrs. Madia Power Rogers. We also listen to big thanks to Mrs. Beatrice Smith. Edna Yates. She's in fact opening the whole thing and said, actually, you got people in Liberia that are there, they're getting up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, they need some data on the phone. This Edna Yates, want to appreciate you for what you've done and continue to do for not just for us, but for our listeners as well. And thank you all for your contribution, Mr. Jack Norman, as always. And bring us up to speed. Glennie G, welcome to the show. Bring us up to speed.
I have breaking news. This from Evangeline Mami Ta.
Okay.
She said they say no light tonight in the whole of Monrovia, Brother Garley.
Wow. Wow.
We have Alberta Doba. The senators are working. They're not going to confirm him. So this is. We hope this is. We hope she knows something that we don't know, because that that's our prayer. We don't want anybody who has threatened our people, or who has admittedly said he was talking metaphorically. No, you meant what you said. You made several videos threatening people. So your words are your bond. Especially if you work for the very high, best of the best the defense ministry. When you say you will do something, you do it. We have also James David, Makisi Music. I think James is enjoying the music there. And we have Pamela King. Wow. Hope I'm not late. Pamela, if you're late, it's okay. You can also join the show, or still enjoy the show when you go to YouTube and type in Bridge Radio, the political soccer game. It comes and you can get it from the start to finish at your convenience. Yes, we want you here on the field though, but if you're not here on time due to whatever other obligations, we do understand, and we don't want you to be cheated. Thank you. Celia Ajivon.
And please extend our thanks to Celia Ajivon. She just showed the Cash App, and she's in VIP. So a lot of the Hennessy is doing a lot for them tonight. So Celia Ajivon is doing extremely well.
Okay, thank you, Celia. I think that's why she ran away. She said, "I will be right back. I left my barbecue kiss meat on the stove." So I guess while she was there, she realized she needed to shake some tables. I'm enjoying this Kisi music. I read that already. Okay. We have Hawa Mesca. Che? Go ahead.
And I want you to please inform Alberta Double, Terry Choir, Hawa Mesca, and the rest of the girls to put a team together, because the championship league coming up next week. George, we have Sunshine Girls want to play Hawa Mershgab, the Yasendi and them, I mean, pure the Munan Fahad, and the in the Yasendi. I mean, you can see Yasendi, she's still in shape, even though she's 57, but she low 35. That's a good thing. Munan Fahad.
No, you didn't. My name.
52.
No, sir. No, you did not go for our other lady. No, she's not 57.
All these people still, they are still fit, and I'm telling you, they will put these young girls in who can just shake from the waist below to shame. So I'm telling you, it's going to be a very competitive championship. But in the meantime, I think we have Fidel City on the line from Liberia, and we'd like to go to the line now. Mr. Fidel City, want to say good afternoon, good morning from your end, good evening from our end, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Ashford. It's great to be on your platform this morning. At least, okay, it's the afternoon hours in the US, but it's great to be on. And you're doing a very, very marvelous job. I've been following, and the way you bring the politics in a way that is compared to none. And I think you're doing a great job. It's great to be on your platform, by the way.
Well, thank you. It's been since October. I mean, as a matter of fact, since the closure of Roots FM, we have not heard anything from you. We know when things got really intense, you fled the country to Ghana, and I'm told you're back in Liberia, correct?
Yes, quite correct. I had to leave Liberia due to the uncertain nature of the security situation, and the fact that there were different social media rants on our persons that supporters of the government, and so there was no guarantee that our security could have been secured by any means, and so we had to flee Liberia.
So are you still afraid? Are you still afraid for your safety? I mean, you left a few months ago. Now you're back into Liberia. Do you still feel safe, or you're still very cautious as to where you go and avoid the streets late at night?
Well, as volatile as the situation was during the unfortunate closure of our radio.
Hello, Fidel. Hello, Fidel. Yeah, maybe let her go. Yeah, Liberia. Fidel City, are you there? Go ahead.
I'm here, the Giant. I hope you get me now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so like I was saying, with the volatile nature of situation then with Costa in Liberia, and a few weeks after I'm back, of course there is a cause for concern. But as always, what I believe is that once your conscience is clear and you stand for what is right, obviously once the system is bad, you become an object of attack. But be it as it may, after that, no matter how far that goal, I still needed to come back home. And with all of the attending security concerns, I still feel comfortable being back home. As like you said, of course, there is a cause for concern with what had happened over the time. And maybe that's why it led me to one of the biggest decisions that I had to make in my professional life.
You know, the wise man once said, tough times don't last. And you and Henry Costa have a very close relationship. And as a matter of fact, he could barely do anything without you, and you could better do anything without him. Just before you went to Liberia, you turned in your resignation from Roots Evan. Why did you do that? Do you know something that we don't know? What happened?
There's none in there. There's none. I would.
Go ahead, Fidel. Fidel, I can hear you. Fidel City? Damn, they let me in that country. I swear to God. Here you go.
Nothing works here, Ashford. That's the truth. Nothing works here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So he and I met in Ghana. Of course, we had no discussion about my resignation. But then when I came to Liberia, and like we say in Liberia, monitoring the terrain and out of the news in the corners and what have you, after that, I needed to take a step that would have, to a certain extent, guarantee my security in Liberia. And so the way I thought I would have done that was to disassociate myself from the Costa show and live a normal life in Liberia. And so out of courtesy, he and we talked about it on the phone, and I gave him all of the reasons why I think it's necessary now. And he agreed, especially from the security perspective, he agreed. And then I told him that we were parting ways, and it was just a cordial, let's say, I left through a mutual consent based on the security concerns that we both had. And we thought it was just necessary that we do it that way. So there was no bad blood between us whatsoever. It was just that my security need.
And I want to commend you both for that. You guys were very professional on the way that the both of you part ways, and the fact that you can still pick up phone and call Henry can still pick up phone and call you. You guys remain the best of friends, but it's just that you want, because of your own security, you want to distance yourself a little bit from the Costa show, correct? Damn, he's got a bro. We can't get him yet. Gonna put the football game back on, yeah. No let go. Joe, we have see all the money. We ain't get land in Liberia. No water in Liberia. Joe, we are that criminal. Joe, we are that criminal. Joe, we are what we do to you. The country need help. Joe, we are you too great for Liberia. Joe, we are go home. Go home. Fidel?
The Giant.
Yeah, so I mean, I like the way you got part of ways, the no hard feelings. You got still colleagues where you can pick up phone and call Henry. Henry can also pick up phone and call you, and that was very professional on the parts of both of you.
Yeah, as for you see in life, there are certain considerations that you make. Besides someone being your boss, I think it is also good that you maintain whatever relationship that you have with people. And considering where he also took me from, I was doing my own thing on the other side. Not much of people, and many of people knew me. All right, and I thought he provided a platform where a lot of people could see what I was made of from my analysis on the radio and the platform he provided to me. I thought it would have been a disservice to him. I left in a uncourteous manner, and that's why I made it my responsibility to speak up with him and give him the reasons why, and so that it did not appear like I was being an ingrate to what for what he has done for me over the years. Okay, so I needed to call him that respect.
Well, you have 20, 20 to 30,000 people listening via the internet, BritishRadioAfrica.com, and you have hundreds of people watching via Facebook now. This is where we this is a place where we ask tough questions. We don't leave anything unturned. We're hearing now that you're going to Freedom FM, that is supposed to be for the government, and knowing you are very tough talking. You don't want to be you need your space. You want to be able to say what you have to say. Now we're hearing that you're going to Freedom. Is it, first of all, is that true that you go into Freedom FM? Damn it. There you go. Jesus Christ. Fidel?
Yeah, I'm here, Ashford.
Okay, go ahead. You had a question, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
How can I, after 4 years of criticizing the system, all right, how bad the system is and how we all want the government to step up, why would I want to serve as a propagandist for the government when I believe that those circumstances that led to my advocacy have not changed for any reason? And so I believe if I were Freedom FM platform, what will happen obviously is that I will start to side with the government and try to preach a message out. They give a wrong signal out to the people of Liberia that everything is well in Liberia, and I don't want to be looked at in that manner. And so there's no way I can go to Freedom FM because I believe my plain view of issues will not be communicated to the people. Instead, I'll be deceiving them, and I don't want to be placed in that kind of cage. And so there is a 1,000% impossibility of me going to Freedom FM. So it's not a discussion point, by the way.
You still,
If I am up,
you still have a lot of power. You still have a lot of power left in you. You're a very creative guy, and you're one of the big names that we can boast of when it comes to modern day broadcasting. So what's next for Fidel City?
well, I'm still contemplating my options. One of the reasons why I came to Liberia was to get back to school, see I can complete my studies as quickly as possible, and seek for bigger opportunities. But at the same time, you don't want to keep yourself silent for a while, and so there are different opportunities that are availing themselves to me, and I will study them and see which one is right for me. But as of now, I have not made any concrete decision. But obviously, I can guarantee you that in a not too distant future, I will be back on the radio.
Bring us up to speed as to what is going on in Liberia. We are hearing there's a scarcity of gasoline, and we're beginning to smell the shortage of rice on the market and just the local commodities. What do you know so far?
Well, I don't know to what extent has rice become scarce, but I do know that there's a shortage of petroleum products, specifically gasoline, on the market. All right, because I had the experience of day before yesterday, I had to stay in a queue for over 2.5 hours before I could get gasoline from the petrol station. So it tells you to what extent things are bad, because if you look at the use of gasoline, obviously there are a lot of consequences when you experience a shortage of such a commodity, because it means you cannot commute from one place to another easily, or if you have the means, you will have to do that at a very exorbitant fare. And so, which will obviously mean if people are transporting their goods from one place to another, there will be a hike in the prices of those commodities. So you see, that's how bad it is. So as a result of that, we have, as bad as the economy is, it has been, this gas issue has added up and I think he has placed the government in a very embarrassing position, especially when you realize there are conflicting information from the government. One minute the commerce minister says there's gasoline in the country, another minute he says, well, we did not know that what we have in the tanks are not correlating with what we have on paper. So you see, there is a big problem right there. And since I came back to the country, there are a lot of things that are going on. I've not seen any real change that I, as anticipated. All right. But again, this is Liberia, and that is why people like you, voices, critical voices on the radio, they are there to see whether we can shift the direction of our country. But we're not seeing that to happen anytime soon because, again, people feel that, well, this is our time and we are entitled to do whatever we want to, and people cannot dictate to what we do. You see, that's where our country is going. And it's not even paying off for the common people for who this government came into power. So we have a serious situation at hand, Ashford.
Fidel City joining us from Liberia. Fidel, want to say a big thanks for taking off time of the business, especially at this early in Liberia. We need to go back to sleep. And thank you as always. And just know that this platform is available to you at any time when you want to whisper to say something. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ashford. And before I go, I also like to say, while I was away out of Liberia, it's a difficult thing being in another country, especially when you have no start.
People Joey, hey Joey, what would do to you? Joey, I carry lad. Joey, I believe in the lab. Don't just steal from the people. Fidel, are you there? Hey, Joey, I carry leg again. Joey, I will beg you leave our country alone. Joey, I still not enough. Joey, I still want to steal. Hey, Joey, I will beg you. Joey, I leave the country alone. Fidel.
The Giants.
Yeah, go ahead, conclude, my brother. Because I know Joey then did not bring the lever. Yeah,
so
go ahead.
In my concluding statement, I just want to extend thanks to you, who aided in my stay in Ghana. Of course, financially, you got in contact with a lot of people who reached out to me, and so in this public manner, I like to say thanks to you and thanks to those under the sound of my voice who contributed one way or the other, whether through your prayers or through your financial aid to me. I appreciate, and I think that's how it should be. The compassion of Liberians is to a greater extent immeasurable, and let's continue praying for our country and hope for the better, because as it is now, of course, only God knows where we are going. And so again, thank you for availing your platform to me, and let's keep praying and keep doing what we do. Thank you for the political soccer game is a big thing now in Liberia. It's just that unfortunately Roost FM is off, and so there's no local broadcast here airing it, but of course people are watching it throughout Facebook, and how the impact of social media. And so again, thank you, Ashford, and keep doing what you do best.
Thank you so much. That was Fidel City. And let us quickly go back to our wall room, where we have Letty Brooks Ravage. But just before we bring Letty in, I think we have Mr. Boyone on the line. Boy, are you still there? Boyone?
Yes, I'm here. I was on mute because I had some noise in the background, so I was on mute.
Boy, give us 3 to 5 minutes of your time. What do you make of the confirmation hearing today at the Capitol for Zoli Zol? This is a man who threatened to kill peaceful protesters, and he went in there today, and of course, in a very arrogant mode, and until the senators had to subdue him, and then he came back to himself. By that time, it was very late. You follow the interview. What do you make of it?
Basically, I went over it a little bit, but I didn't get the last part of it. I hope to get the climax, the conclusion, because I've not really followed, to the end. But I hope the legislature, especially the Senate, will do the right thing and be able to ask the legitimate questions. Make sure that this guy who wants to be confirmed is the right person for Liberia. Because what are some of the things I've been hearing about him is not really encouraging. especially some of the remarks he's been making over the years. And reading from some papers, it was, alleged that he stated that he's not a citizen of the United States. And I think it's important that the Senate do a background research, get in touch with the U.S. Embassy, the U.S. military mission in Liberia, to make sure that this guy is not a citizen of the United States. That citizen thing, I think there's a little bit of argument in it. And, one of the main things that they should look at is whether they can look at the DD-214 to make sure that he was, dishonorably or honorably discharged from the U.S. Army. These are some of the things they need to look at. So if they look at it, if he's clear, again, I mean, anybody, who the president, it depends. The president can, appoint anybody who he think that can, do the job that he wants them to do. But we want the right person.
But in his response,
honorably discharged from the U.S. Army to get such a position.
So
I'm looking forward to get the final conclusion from the Senate, but also want the Senate to do the right thing, to do due diligence.
In his response today, he said he holds one passport, and that's the Liberian passport. So that means he's not a U.S. citizen, according to his response today. I know he won't lie to the people, but that he said he carried just one passport. And again, do you have to be a U.S. citizen to serve in the army? I don't think so. Do you, Bo?
Yeah, but they keep changing that thing. Sometimes when there's a need, sometimes they waiver that particular requirements or eligibility. It just depends on the timing when he joined. But let's just leave that citizenship, because there's a thing about diaspora Liberian. There's a certain let's say part of the Constitution that stated that once you are born Liberian, you'll always be a born Liberian. So let's just skip that part. Okay. The part I'm looking at is whether he was honorably discharged from the U.S. Army or honorably discharged. And they can get that information from the U.S. military mission in Liberia. The Senate can write the U.S. military mission, and they can provide that information.
Okay, the voice of Bo, you're on the board. Just hold tight. We have Mr. Steve Bolett, aka Moses on the line now from the state of Arizona. Moses, good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Garley. I came to the game very late. The traffic. I'm not sure what's going on in the media here today, but I like to say Liberian people, as usual, they're the most important people. You spend your time, your money, your energy, and everything, the resources on the radio to inform us. The soccer games for our people are important. And as usual, I will always say Liberian women are the most important women and the most beautiful women on earth. And that is a fact. I call in today because I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned here in Mr. Valley. After following the entire process today of Zoe, he is a Liberian. I'm very, very concerned about what I saw here. But I was also.
But Steve, you sound a little muffled. You might just want to put a little Twitter into your device.
Can you hear me now? Is it any better?
Still a little.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. That's right. Go ahead.
Right. So I say I was a little intrigued by the senators and how they proceeded with this. Considering you will see that when the lady from the agriculture session came out, there was not much of a scrutiny going on there so far. And this speaks about the fact that when you do the right thing and you bring the right people, whether you are opposition or you are a sedition or you are the government supporter or the president, we all as Liberians will embrace the best. And so I was to be very frank with you, I follow her confirmation. I think she was a good choice. I look forward to her working which I will make a prediction about her very soon. But I was very intrigued about Zolizo. The reason I was intrigued is because somebody said something that was very important that most people did not pick up on. Zolizo, first of all, I feel personally that he came in very cocky. He came in as though he had this already locked in and on a lockdown, so he did not need to clarify things or he did not need to go into details. But at the same time, he lied blatantly to the senators, about some very simple issues that could be verified. That includes his military status, that includes his 2 passports or whatever now, and I think that was not fair to do. And I was writing a couple of comments when he was writing. But this is where I pick up on. The doctor, I think Dr. Coleman or so forth. I'm not sure about his name.
Dr. Peter Coleman. He's a medical doctor. One of the senators from Grand Crew, I believe. Yeah.
And the reason I pick up on Dr. Coleman, and some of you here will bear witness with me on this. There is something called referral from the medical doctors. They are not psychologists and they don't do psychological work. But when you come into them for medical treatment and they have tested you and they find out that your situation is not a medical situation, rather is a psychological situation, or is something that has to do with drug related or so forth, or some kind of PTSD, what they do is that they do something called referral. Then they will refer you to our side now, a psychologist, clinician, whatever now. They will refer you to us. Now, the reason I pick up on him was because he picked up on something that was important that the Liberian people did not pick up on as well. He said that there is a lot of anger issues with Zolizo. And I want to agree with him, 100%. I feel at this junction that the president would do Zolizo well. The Liberian people would do Zolizo well. If they were to carry Zolizo to see a professional that will be able to diagnose Zolizo. Let me say this to you, nothing against Zolizo, no disrespect to Zolizo. If I were to talk to Zolizo, maybe we could put some diagnosis on him. But the fact that we haven't spoken to him yet, Mr. Garley, I can tell you from his behavior exhibited today in there, Zolizo has a problem. And the role he wants to assume, it is critically important. I heard the senators mentioning it, that the government is doing a reform in the military. It is critically important that we pay attention to this thing and we do not just elect people or put people there because the party wanted or because the president wanted, because it could be detrimental to Liberians. It could cause some serious problem. His role is a strategic role, and if he does not come in with a good vibe, if he does not come in with something that will benefit the military, there could be problems. And that is where my concern lies. Nothing against him, but that is where my concern lies. And with the Minister for the Agriculture, I believe that will be confirmed or that's already confirmed. I want to say something to the government. From what I gathered from her today, she's a professional. And I challenge the government to try to use her. I challenge them to try to use her or to play her. There will be a serious fallout and she could resign very soon and possible. I will say this to the government. When you get people who know what's up and who know what's right to do, don't mess with them. Let them do the Liberian people job. Please, you don't bring your corruption around the lady and you don't bring funny thing around the lady. The same goes to the lady as well. Please maintain the standard of integrity that you know. Please do not let the Liberian people down. You are one of the hopes of Liberia as we speak. Because as you are speaking to this one or listening to you, we see hope in you, we see future in you, and we see that you can revamp the agricultural sector. That being said, Mr. Garley, I want to say thank you. I don't know if you have any question or any concern.
Just before you leave, Mr. Emery Benson Nukal Jr., since Zolizo is incompetent for the job, he's also the travelist. He holds loyalty to Weah and Weah's crew people. How do you respond?
Well, let me say something about Zolizo. I was more focused on Zolizo's. I was more focused on Zolizo's mental state for the job. Truly speaking, when it comes to his level of competence or incompetency, I listened to his CV and his profile he laid out, and some of the things the senator said, and some of the questions they asked him. One of the things I did not see in there, I did not see Zolizo serving in the highest or at most having some kind of coordinator or so forth position in the military, apart from the fact that he stayed there. Now that can be verified though, he stayed there, but that can be verified. That can be verified, especially on when they ask him about his ASVAB score. Now, the AVAP score is something in the military that you have to score. Now, when you score hard in that thing, when you score high in that test, what happens is that the military will look at your score to be able to position you to certain places at a certain point in time based on your score. So I'm a little confused. I think there needs to be more investigation done on Zolizo's qualification. You know, like when people, when they hear say you get degree and you've worked plenty of places or whatever it is, they think you do qualify or you bring so much to the table. But the truth about it is this, though, Mr. Garley. If you did not work as a coordinator in the army, you should not work as a coordinator, or you should not work in a position as Zolizo has been nominated for. No, you should not. Because you see, that would be misplacement. And that's why this government does not get it. Certain positions in life, you do not carry people there to train them. They must have the basic requisites or prerequisites to be able to occupy those positions. And I feel that's where the problem will be. About his tribalistic views, I don't know him well. I don't know where he stands from. The only thing I can say from a professional standpoint, Mr. Garley, is I'm troubled about his mind, his state of mind. I'm very troubled and I'm concerned about it. I think the senators should do the right thing. They should not take any brown envelope. They should do the right thing for Liberia. Again, do the right thing and look into it based on what he did today. And there was a lot of coaching done to him. At some point, I thought it was a counseling session or it was a coaching session instead of it being a confirmation session. I was confused because senators were giving this guy clues and cues on what to do and what to say at one point as though they were babysitting him so that he could just say the right thing and they will go behind closed doors and confirm him. But guess what? Zolizo presented himself today to the public who he really is and what he really has in mind. So at the end of the day, we can pinpoint it, but that's the fact I think we can rely on here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's the voice of Mr. Steve Bowley out of Arizona, making his presence known tonight on Ashford Garley Live via British Radio, Africa.com. We'll take one more call from Mrs. Mami Tar. Mami Tar, then we will go back to the field of play and bring you the second and final portion of the political soccer game tonight via British Radio. Mami, hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you. First, I want to tell Fidel thank you, and I will just go to the local English so our people can understand me. And I'm not trying to be diplomatic. I'm not going to go there.
Go ahead.
Zolizo is mentally ill, and we need to let him come right back to America, whatever he's on, so they can keep giving it to him. This man from day one, I've been listening to him and Ashford, is we the native, he and Eugene Farco and the Concord and the voices. That's all he's a tribalist. That's all he talk about all day. But he and one of our brother, Sam Livingstone, they went to Liberia. I think they were with Eugene Fargo in some kind of apartment. He was sweating unless somebody on crack or something. And he's so mad. I don't know what is making him angry. And when they give this guy in America here, when you in the military, you cannot do nonsense and get away with it. In Africa, then that this guy, he's close to whatever he can kill. And we don't want to go back to war. Sometimes when you talk about war, Liberian people will be, we're not happy. It can happen. It happened in Sudan. They've stopped the war and it came right back. Those are the things. Tribalists, or you, this person conquer, the other person and crime, the other person guilt, and that's not what we want. When we are king, we're talking about war crime court. We are saying he doesn't want war crime court. We are all brothers and sisters. And this guy is so angry. He planning will kill people. Every day, on CDC doing LA days, they went on strike. For the past 12 years, we supported them. And their time came, and they can't tolerate protest. And the next thing, when anybody protests, they want to silence you and play dictatorship. And this is what this guy wants to do. He went there today with his colorful, they had a chameleon standing in front of people, khaki. And I know October election is coming. These senators, they have good people among there, and they did their job today.
Seconds. Go ahead. 60 seconds, please.
And they did their job, and we're going to be on him. I'm questioning the president integrity every day. This is what he did with Abu Kiri, admitting that he stole $8,000. He went and fought against Taylor Ure, said she would never be, and make sure this person that stole money from the government made him the representative today. And this is another one that just came, Cecilia and Ellen. He made people
Ellen
to
47,
bring,
the one who
to
claims to
bring
be
Ellen
47-year-old,
back.
that low
And
sister.
we're not going to accept Zodi. I
The one who
beg
can
the
hide
senator
the
to
secret
take
recorder
it out.
in her possession.
Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you for the night. And I said she was the last one, but let me bridge critical a little bit. This is a California number, 917. Hello, caller. Tell us the name of where you call from. 917-379. Tell us the name of where you call from. Going once, going twice. Okay, well, we'll go back to around the field where Letty Brooks, Robert is turning back. Do you still have some food there at gates 6, 9, and 15? Letty?
Yeah, how did you know that? Good evening. That's exactly where I am, at gate 6. We have some coconut candy, 2 for $5 by Miss Catherine Jones. And we have some Kiss Meat Barbecue by Miss Catherine Jones. I hope she paid for this whole gig. She also
please hold out, Phil. This person is a little persistent. Let's see what they have to say. Hello, caller. Tell us the name and where you call from.
Yeah, hi. My name is Koto Jalan Balayan, calling from New York.
Thank you so much for your contribution. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, what is on your mind tonight?
Thank you for bringing me on the show again, and I appreciate you, Harley, for your marvelous job putting, the stress kind of relaxing in, and this is what we need sometimes because of the stress being so high. Okay, to this point, I'm like, I had this problem with this today, the Senate confirmation. I meaning with Zolizo, exactly like what this boy Moses just said. But what Moses left out, exactly what Moses observed, I did. And the other thing that he did not observe, that I observed from Como, was like he was being tribalistic. Reason being, after he observed that on Zolizo, his remark was, I am telling you in because you are my tribal man. And that did not go well with him. Why, if Zolizo wasn't a tribal man, does that mean that he wouldn't have stated what he said, that he wouldn't have given his observation on Zolizo? And that did not go well because as a Senate, they are not there to observe tribalism or deal directly with their tribal line. They are there for the Liberian people. It's not because Zolizo is his tribal man. That was not right as a senator to make such a remark. Yeah. And the second thing, knowing fully well that this man, to be frank, from the body language, from his speech, because even when he was giving his let's say his statement, his pre-statement concerning his career, you can see that Zolizo was not even organized. Because if you coming out to give your, let's say your CV, you state years, months, and relate to the term, but it was like all over the place. His CV was not correlated, and he was not organized. So these are some of the things that you actually look at. And another point is they note that this military has been reformed. I think it would be unique enough to find somebody within the well-organized or somebody that is well-trained within that area to have been, recommended into that position. But coming down to get a person like that, like this guy, you can see that for someone else who have that background, you can see that he suffers from PTSD.
Thank you.
And coming to put such a person as a head of such an operation is detrimental to the military. So that was one of my observations.
Okay,
and
and lastly, what do you think on the win? Because Societal Eels is up 1-0 against the Liberia national team. You had a pass that came from D-hole, cover hole, and the next thing you know, Opion can come pick up the ball and give the ball to Von. And Von was the fact that I found the curtain ratio for Societal Eels. So I need some prediction.
No, you see, this is one actually spoiling the system, because if you want to see this government really not failing, then you avoid society aims. You should look at it. What can promote your government? Sometimes with some of us saying anything, we are opposition. We know sometimes a combination in a government that can give you a good result, and that's what we want to see. We want to see good results. But if you keep putting people in the position, misplacing them, you will not yield good result. And that's why we call you sometimes to make some of these contributions.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show tonight. We appreciate you, and thanks for your contribution. Keep it coming. We'll be here Monday through Thursday. Then we're off on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays to be back on Monday again. And please continue to share the video. And if you missed our previous productions, all you have to do is just go to YouTube, type in Political Soccer Game, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.
Anyway, you're welcome.
All right. Okay, this now is going to be the last caller. Then we'll go back to the field player. We have Rebecca on the line. Hello, Rebecca.
How are you, Alpha? Thank you for the show. I'm enjoying it, and I think like yesterday when I did my contribution, but I didn't, send it in my name. I sent in my daughter's name, which is Nyla Curry. That's why I wrote you. I said, this is from Rebecca, boy, for Nyla Curry, because you know me, I'm old school. I don't let her cash out to them, so I use her. Right. Yeah, but thank you for the show. I enjoy it as always. And my brother Collie, this whole situation is just scary, and it's scary. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Even when you listen to that, something this morning, that whole aquatic commotion this morning, you will not even believe. You know what? The 3-person question that came, the other 2, he was not really angry about it. But Darren didn't ask him, what talking from the army, how did he got up, and all the other questions Darren didn't put to him on the floor. That's the one that really set him up. And this fool, he was really sounding so arrogant. Like, I don't care what y'all do, this is mine, I'm going to take this, whatever y'all do. I mean, that boy was so, you could see the anchor in this boy. And United States military is going to be a place that you get discipline, you know how to talk, you know how to defend yourself. But this man, my brother, like you say, I'm praying that they don't take no brown effing to put this man in the place that they planning to put him, because that's one of the dangerous places that they play Liberia depending on. They shouldn't put him there. That man here, something is seriously wrong with him. And I believe you put that man in Darren on the football field, he would try his best to beat Darren, just for the question that Darren put in front today, my brother. But thank you so much. I'm enjoying it, and I'm praying that they shouldn't confront me. God, I'm praying they shouldn't confront this man. This man is delusional. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And let us now go around the field and take a trip to a few gates. And the lovely Mrs. Letty Brooks Roberts is standing by. Letty?
Yes, good evening, Mr. Garley. I'm still at gate number 6, where we have some Bennessee candy by Miss Catherine Jones again. And we have some snail barbecue by Smart Dawiya at gate 15. We have some Kool-Aid at gate 8, and at gate 9 we have some hot coffee for this hot show by Vida Dona. And I have a few comments I would like to read, coming from Emmerich Benson Nickel. Zoli Zoe and myself have personal scores to settle whether he can be a deputy or not. And we have Josephine Shade Thomas. Zoli Zoe was a cook in the army. From Agnes Bestman, she says, and the senators broke him down. He started talking like a girl. Wow. Favor highly. He can't beat ADD on no field. That's the political ginger tea.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, we'd like to say welcome back to the second and final portion of the game. The Lone Star is down 1-0 against Societal Hills. The first goal coming from the like of Von True and assist from D-Hole Cover Hole. And again, we want to say the big thanks to our sponsors, Koto Balayan. We want to say the big thanks to you, Celia Achidvan. We also like to say the big thanks to Agbab Mobolo. Thanks as always for your contribution. Theresa Williams, want to say a big thanks to you as well. Madam Gertrude Freeman, thank you so much. We can't thank you and for what you've done and continues to do it for BridgeRadioAfrica.com. Catherine Jones, want to say a big thanks to you as well. Dr. Mariah Sichan, congratulations. A big thanks to you for providing water around the field for everybody in the field. You know, thank you so much. Mr. Eric Mulba, want to say a big thanks to you as well. And Mika, thank you so much for your contribution. Mrs. Vicky Peabody, want to say the big thanks to you as well. Prince Passaway, congratulations, big thanks for your contribution. Mr. Emmanuel Dokola, want to say the big thanks to you as well. Emmanuel Dokola and the rest of the good people on here tonight for your contribution. We also like to say the big thanks to Emmanuel Dokola again. Miss Rebecca, we just left alone. Want to say the big thanks for your contribution. Again, Mr. Emmanuel Dokola, Bravo Brown, Ann Payne, Musu Benson, Abi Brahima Benda, Abu Abibito Fofana, want to say the big thanks and for your contribution. Harris Talker, Emmanuel Dokola again. Harris Talker, thanks for your contribution. And we'll also love to say the big thanks again to Musu Benson, Nedford Hilburn, Theresa Williams, Salimatu Willie, Harris Tucker again, Josephine Hammond, Precious Touré, Agnes Bestman. I want to say the big thanks for your contribution. You know, we can't do this show without you, without your contribution. And again, may God continue to bless all of you for your many donation and contribution towards the show. Emmanuel Dokola again, Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Dokola, Abi Brahima Benda, congratulations, a big thanks for your contribution. Kelvin Zeze, Koto Balayan again, Emmanuel Dokola, Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Dokola, Theo, want to say the big thanks to you, and Miss Pauline Maximo, want to say the big thanks to you as well. Pauline Maximo again. Thank you so much. Mr. Sanford Rabbit, want to say the big thanks for your contribution. Lady Brooks Rabbit, I mean, you playing the double role here tonight. You also laughing with us, and you're spending money just for the show to stay on. Mrs. Musu Doba, or Alberta Doba, want to say the big thanks for your contribution. Mrs. Cyril Putuwe, thank you so much for your contribution. Mr. James Eric Marshall, thank you so much. Darlene Warwood, Ann Payne again, Lama Shepherd, Ann Payne, again, Ann Payne, Jerome Jai. We also like to say the big thanks to Terry Quiet, Dr. Mariah Seaton again. And we also like to say the big thanks to Olu Greer, Mr. Alvin Pennon, Mrs. Madia Powell Rogers, Mrs. Beatrice Smith, Mrs. Edna Yates, and the hard-working people who find themselves in VIP every night. We want to say the big thanks for what you've done and continue to do for the program. Let us now go back to the field of play. This night in the middle of the field, folks. I'm telling you, play my play description this afternoon at the SKD Sports Complex. The ball comes to Labose Babon based on to Gorilla Foster Child to sex trafficking to wasteful spending to police brutality. The ball comes to money laundering. Money laundering, the borough initiated. The ball comes back to Butcher Shotford to Drunker, aka Von looks around to unemployment, back to Von to hard time to Shaking Table Ministry. The ball comes to drugs abuse to D-Hole Cover Hole to Between Me and You. Two men secret that not secret. The ball comes to me, myself, and I to hypocrisy unto misplaced retaliation. The ball comes to murder to statutory rapist. Statutory rapist to retaliation. The ball comes back to presidential Brian Envelope to presidential criminal. Presidential criminal looks around to suppression to provocation. The ball comes to witch hunt. Darius Dillon's little brother, George Weah, is witch hunting this young man. And the man played a very important role with the seditions. You know, he helped George Weah. He worked at the Ministry of Transport. And out of self-defense, somebody got killed. The police first released him, and they said it was self-defense. But George Weah, because the boy is Darius Dillon's younger brother, George Weah went and gave clemency what the last before the Christmas. And this man is still in jail. And this is what they have done. Let me bring you up to speed. They are saying they are going to transfer the case to Kidman. For the said Kidman, now they're going to McGibby, simply because they're saying Darius Dillon is so popular in Montserrado. If they try the case in Montserrado, they might end up losing. So that's what they're doing. And this young man, Oliver Dillon, Darius Dillon's younger brother, is still behind bars when he was attacked by thugs, and out of self-defense, somebody died, and now they are still holding him behind bars. When the police initially said the man did it out of self-defense. So George Weah continued to witch hunt people. Now the ball comes to murder. Murder looks around. When you make it know he doesn't, the ball comes back to Boyo. Boyo looks around to market where Babon draw. Market where Babon draw to country look alike. Liberia is not a country. Liberia is a country look alike. Liberia is a country want to be. Liberia is a country to be. And I'm telling you, Liberia is like, just want to be. Then the ball comes to border wide open. $5 to cross the border, $10 to cross the border, $15 to cross the border. And then number can go bring the drugs in the country because George Weah can't pay the border patrol officers. He wants everything for himself. Then the ball comes back to the return of the fugitive, aka Ellen 47. You 47-year-old, you little sister, but you can't get bimbo. You're arrogant. You can't listen to people. You think that you do it because you know how to shake from the waist below. Now George Weah let people can shake from the waist below. So Ellen Cochran now will go scot-free. My people back to the field of play. Then the ball on the jail approaching the death squad of incompetent 14 to shake from the waist below. Shake from the waist below to sex for job to mattress on the back, onto hang my curtain. Hang my curtain looks around to D-hole, cover hole, back the downstairs, open T, aka Prophet T. Then the ball on the thread on the needle. Thread on the needle looks around to presidential Brian Envelope. President around to Johnny Taylor. Johnny Taylor looks around what he make it. The ball comes back to sex for passing grade. Then the ball comes to Barbary. Barbary looks around, he loses the ball to Moussadin. Moussadin to Samatwe, aka Lebose Babon. Lebose Babon looks around, he loses the ball to Joe Weah, Madera Cooper. Will she make it? No, she doesn't miss it. The ball comes to Jackie Apia. Will she make it? No, she doesn't. The ball comes to Josephine David, aka Shopping Sprees, aka Top Claire, aka Skin Sunset. Now the ball comes back to Ungrateful Cobra, aka Monam Youngblood, aka Kwakra, aka Kwea. The ball comes to Pay Me Weah. Pay Me Weah looking at the strategic marriage. Strategic marriage, send the far down to I let my business private. And if people can tell you, say, I let my business private, same people, then soon you go outside, then they start telling people, the Martindale. And get sex news that news. Then the ball come to D-Ho cover hold to Opium King, come back to D-Ho cover hold. The ball come to Wetty Blaha to CLS, Sierra to Viagra to Beta Cola looks around to Papa Dream Mama Happy. Papa Dream Mama Happy looks around what he making, he does in the ball comes back to Jackie Apia. Then the book goes back to lies to rhetoric. You like Bremos rhetoric. Rhetoric look around now to economic sabotage, to Telfa project, to criminal conspiracy and misapplication of entrusted funds. Then the book comes to ghost employee. You can be in China, you be in America, you be in Europe. George Weah got you on the payroll because the man is a mature criminal. George Weah wants everything for himself. Then the book comes to power theft. The Speaker of the Republic of Liberia, stealing current. Ball comes back to D-Ho cover hold. D-Ho cover hold. The ball initiated back to D-Ho cover hold. The ball go to wasteful spending, wasteful spending to which on the trouble listen. The ball comes back to police brutality onto sex for job. As long as you can give George Weah sex, he will give you job in exchange. Then I mean say, hey, you're out Molo. The chairman of the ruling party said the president will sleep with you and give you job in exchange. That's why you found people in the Dino Nemo then, aka Ashford, George Weah Plato, and all the people that they get in his government. Because as long as you can shake from the waist below, you are promised a job in Liberia. Then the book on the central bank, aka can you speak crown? If you can't speak crown, you don't get a job. So the man said he's there to hire only crown people. He brought his first cousin from Atlanta, Georgia, Gulf night is there. Flying all over the place. 5-star hotel in Abuja to Ghana, back to Liberia. And telling people, say, my man, brother, elephant me, I cannot call my own. Then his sister, Adole, as the boy is so it's so tribalistic. Then he called his niece, they call her Adole. She said he said they gave my account. I guess I can't leave my husband and go Liberia to work for the government. You know? Come on. This country should be about every Liberian and not just a particular tribe. Everybody has to come from the southeast to work in George Weah's government. What kind of nonsense is this? And then the man is underperforming, but yet he's telling people that the reason why the people are hating because he's not from Dixville or Charlesville, because he's from Gibraltar. No, it's not what the people are against you, Mr. President, because you are a complete and mature criminal. You came to power stealing, and nobody wants you to come and just steal from the country. The people got sorry for you and say, you know what? Send a people give me a hard time. There. Then you can't now before you can't. Then you stealing from the people. Then you see the people got something against you. Folks were into interest stopping time. Now we're going 490 minutes of the game. One goal to societal ills and nothing to Liberia. We'll do a round on the field and hear from Leti, and then we can bring this game to an end. Leti, lady country what all? Lady testing. Hello, Leti.
Yes. How are you? Yes, I did go through. Every time every time I walk away, I'm looking for me to a bad teacher. But anyway, we're here. We're on the field, and I see Vicky, long life. She said she enjoying the music. Okay, and Eloise replying to Emmerich, oh, that Jesus, look at trouble. Anyway, let me go back up. I know somebody was looking for some. I saw the lady was looking for Polita Chinese wigs for sale at gate 6. Polita, Huawei,
yeah. Huawei, you know, the coyote wig, all that good stuff, yeah.
Yeah. And she also selling lipsticks for men and women. It's getting serious.
Wow.
If you're not sure which side you want, you can take both. We have an Uber available. If anybody's car breaks down due to the gas shortage, Favor Highly has an Uber waiting outside. It's right by gate 15. Wow. We have Miss Josephine Hammer. Okay, no, that's a personal note. And also we have, lipstick for sale for both men and women right here at gate 17. We have Deccan T. Yalate. She says Zolizo appears to have chronic PTSD.
I say please tell Eloise VIP dryer. Master needs something to drink. And she'll enjoying that. Mr. Joseph Chid just entered. And I see Mr. Eugene Morris as well. And I think I saw how telling people said Mr. Emmanuel Dukola were playing tate, you know, and the men were doing campaign.
Oh yeah. Well, no. How I was saying, he looked like he's not making VIP laser, but I told her right now he's in platinum, not just VIP, he's in platinum VIP, because he's not making VIP laser. Not only is he donating, he's giving free stuff, free drinks. Soon he'll start giving masks and gloves and everything to prevent the coronavirus, because he's also humanitarian. Favor Highly says she got some dog meat gravy for sale at gate 1. Hey, you hear that from me? Oh.
That Jesus.
That Jesus. This my name. Anyway, so right now we have Mr. Wilma Paley joining, and I was just telling a young lady who just joined. Her name went from my eye. That if she says, oh, I know I'm late, but I'm letting her know that she's never late. She can always catch the show on YouTube at the political soccer game. So we're never late. We're always on time. You can catch up, but we understand we have busy lives.
Okay.
That's Abby Bremer Binda.
Okay. Back to the field of play. The ball came to misapplication of entrusted funds. Back to Ghost Employee. Ghost Employee to power theft. Onto D-Hole cover hole to borrow initiative. Will he make it? No, he does in the ball comes back to witch hunt. Witch hunt to trouble, listen onto police brutality. Onto sex for job.
But Mr. Garley, I just want to make an announcement.
Go ahead.
With all of this coronavirus, I need to put Hawa at the gate there to check these issues that are coming in. I don't think we will be accepting issues right now because we have to be careful. It's also one of those things that are causing this corona. Ignore these kind of things.
And again,
so we have to put safety first.
Okay, and again, please tell Hawa and the rest of the girls. I haven't seen the list yet because George Weah Sunshine Girls, they're ready. And Hawa was telling me the team is called the Red Gladiators. They are ready to play George Weah Sunshine Girls. Those girls, they are so powerful. They can shake from the waist below. Someone go, if you're not finished doing 12 to 16 hours, I don't know why you're doing that feed there. And someone you ain't get issue on your side. They put the money for her then, y'all saying they get fun at all, but they've been around for a long time. I don't know if they can handle George Weah Sunshine Girls then. So that's something you got to tell Hawa then to hurry and come with the names.
Hawa already starting practice and she telling us if we don't have stamina, she'll put us on the bench just to look pretty. So myself right here are getting worried more.
Okay, pure then there. Mommy Todd and Eloise got it then. Eloise led small that man by Basso let. I know if she can kick balls because they get in the Joe. We are Sunshine getting the follow.
Well, you see the only difference, it's not the only, but one of the difference between the Sunshine Girls and the Gladiators, we don't just shake from the waist below. We have brains and integrity.
That's what I'm talking about. Back to the field of play. The ball comes to Pay Me Weah. Pay Me Weah to Strategic Marriage. Strategic Marriage looks around to I like my business private. D-Ho cover hole onto Opion King Kong. Opion King Kong, aka Akarat Moses Great back to Opion King Kong. Will he make it to Wetty Blaha? Wetty Blaha to Cialis. Cialis to Viagra onto Beta Cola. Beta Cola to Papadri Mama Happy. Papadri Mama Happy to Koshiako. Koshiako to Besuduku onto Kukatono. Kukatono looks around to Gorilla Foster Child, aka Bill Twawe. Back to Leprosy Babon, aka Samatue. Samatue looks around. Will he make it? No, he doesn't. The ball comes to sex trafficking. Sex trafficking to wasteful spending onto police brutality. Will he make it? He's moving deep in the head of the field. The ball comes to Brian Vlo. Brian Vlo looks around back to Butcher shot for onto Drunker, aka Von Von, the gold merchant. Von Von double shovels. He beat someone, put to the teammate. He did a Swiss kick back, and then he did a 32. Man, I'm telling you, this game not easy to that. Drunker back to unemployment. Unemployment looks around back to Drunker. Drunker, aka Von Von. Von Von to shaking table ministry onto drugs abuse. Drugs abuse to no gas, no light. But I'm telling you, Joey, I think he running country. Look at that. The ball comes to Opion King about the D-Ho cover. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how we come to the end of tonight's game. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow afternoon, same time, same place. But I just like to have Lady Bruce Robert give us her final thoughts. Go ahead, Lady.
Yes. Good evening. Thank you again, Mr. Garley. I just wanted to point out to our senators, and in as much as everybody's talking about this Zoe guy, but it's a serious matter here. We cannot just be talking about choosing people to represent our country just based on tribalism, friendship, nepotism, cronyism, and sectionalism. So they have to start and set our country apart. I shared something with you today from the desk of Donald Trump, speaking of African leaders, that we complain, but we do not remove these people that ill-treat our people and hold us hostage. So we just want to let them know that it is a serious matter. Just stop and leave some of this money business. When you do the right thing, money will flow and you will get money. Let everybody live comfortably in the country. Let it just not be few people, friends, and tribalistic people. Let everybody, we have 15 counties and all of them should be represented in our House of Senate and around the country, all of the ministries. But I thank you, Mr. Garley. It's always a pleasure being here with you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share, some of my time with you. I mean, what is it that if you have all this knowledge and time, and you have no one to share it with. It's part of, even the riches. So we thank you for your talent and giving it to the Liberian people in a different way. Like I said, I came here for the music and I stayed for the commentary, and I enjoy the show. Enjoy the show via YouTube at the political soccer game. Thank you. Have a great night. For those of you who didn't get your food, tomorrow be on time and you'll get some goodies. Thank you.
And we also love to say a big thanks to our many sponsors for the show tonight. Mrs. Beatrice Smith, we want to say a big thanks to you for what you've done and continue to do just to keep us on the air. We want to say a big thanks to Mr. Olugria, Mrs. Madia Power Rogers. A big thank you, Olugria again. A big thanks to you. We also love to say a big thanks to Dr. Mariah Seaton. Thank you so much for your contribution. We want to say a big thanks to Terry Choir. Terry Choir, thank you so much, my darling sister. Jerome Jaye, Ann Payne again, Lemon Shepherd, Darling Warwood, and Ann Payne again, Darling Warwood. I want to say a big thanks for what you've done and continue to do, not for us, but to just keep us on the air, and for our team in Liberia. Mr. James Eric Marshall, thank you so much. Sarah Putuwe, thank you. Musu Dober, Alberta Dober, thank you so much. Letitia Brooks Roberts, want to say a big thanks to you. Mr. Sanford Roberts, thank you so kindly. Again, want to say a big thanks to Pauline Maximo. Phil, thank you so much. Emmanuel Dokola, Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Dokola, Koto Balaye, Kelvin Zeze, Abib Brahima Benda, Abu Bibito Fofana, Emmanuel Dokola, Beatrice Wilson, Emmanuel Dokola, Agnes Benson, Besman, beg your pardon, Precious Toure, Josephine Hammond, Harris Tucker, Salimatu Willie, Theresa Williams, Nenford Hilburn, Musu Benson, Emmanuel Dokola, Harris Tucker, Abe Brahima Benda, Ann Payne, Bradford Brown, Emmanuel Dokola, Rebecca, our sister from Philadelphia, Emmanuel Dokola, Prince Passaway, Vicky Peabody, Dr. Mariah Seaton, Eric Modba, Dr. Mariah Seaton again, Catherine Jones, Gertrude Freeman, Theresa Williams, Agba Mobolo. I want to say a big thanks to all of you. Celia Achivon, Koto Balayan again, Pauline Maximo. I want to say a big thanks to all of you for your continued support in keeping us on the air. And I'm telling you, we won't be here without you. And may God continue to bless all of you for taking time off the business schedule just to hang out with us. Miss Edna Yates, we want to say a big thanks to you as well. Continue to do what you do. And our team in Liberia, we have Habiba Clinton, we have Bob Bowley. We just incorporated our television crew, and the director for television is Israel Duncan. Abu Bibito Fofana. Want to say a big thank you, Steve Allen Awode. And folks, please allow me to borrow the wordings of the wise man. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. The heart of a man is never known until he rises, and there's no second chance to make that first impression. Don't see okra and swallow bone, because you can't hide your nakedness from bathing bucket. When God bless you, don't see that medicine. Folks, trust no shadow in the dark. This has been yours truly. Ashford the Giant, that now you know me, Garley. Have a good night.
Victory looks like a first victory. 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 Kaya pepe, kaya pepe, kaya pepe, kaya pepe.